Right, then we don't
We
start.
start now?
Fuck it.
Okay, I'm reading the recap. When last we left our party, they had stepped away from Dragon's Rest after being called by their allies on the eastern side of the continent with news of an imminent invasion. They reunited with Yolia and Virtue in Istus's domain, and unfortunately Virtue is suffering under the effects of a powerful enchantment spell. They asked Istus how they might be able to cure him, and among some other options, they learned that there is a celestial at Hyarkin's new keep that could likely heal him. They went to the Citadel of the Moon and met with the King of Bulwark and the Queen of Phalanx, who told them about ships from the west of the continent that had somehow crossed the Absent Range and were likely going to invade the city of Far Ward. The party discussed amongst themselves and decided that they should leave Virtue with some friends in Bulwark for the time being, and they met with Gareth in hopes of having him use the oscillator they picked up to make an anti-dragon weapon. After negotiations, he agreed to do it for 7,000 gold with some stipulations. Just as a sideline, that does include being your exclusive supplier and being able to advertise himself as such. And in return, he will not use this oscillator for any other purposes. Now they are awaited by a crew loyal to Bulwark in Duskwatch in order to take them to their new keep in order to reclaim it from a group of mind flayers. I did so well on that until the last second. I don't think I've ever had
I can't wait to get our new cleats.
I don't think I've ever had a clean take on.
Nice mind.
Is it short for nuclear keep?
I hate you all. I'm putting the music on.
Is it sad music? Melancholy. Alexa, play
it's the world's
music.
smallest violin.
There we go. Right, so you guys are all currently at Gareth's. We paused just because I didn't want to take out an enormous amount of money from Erlan's inventory while his player was not present. You guys also have the opportunity to do any shopping you want here. I will remind you that once you do get access to your new cleep, it will cost you some money to renovate it.
No, not more.
Money! Oh no!
My sack of gold.
I would like to buy some greater healing potions.
Okay.
Good point.
As I've completely run out of them, so I'm thinking I'll get like
1
4
second.
or 5.
Yolia, just pop up. Oh, don't worry about them, and hand you 2 great healings.
Oh, thank you.
I actually put a little note on the great healing.
Died last time.
And then I turn to Erlan and say, I guess you can have these as well. And I give him 2 normal healing potions.
Thank you.
Fuck you, you have the worst ones. Did Yolia just have a ton of healing potions?
I had 4 of each. So I'm keeping 2 each of them on me. And just gave 2 out to them 2 just so that they've got something if they're
How have you not used them?
Because I haven't been here for a while. I bought them at the same. I think I bought them at the same time I bought everything else, and just never used them.
Does Matt look like someone pulled the cartridge out of console to anyone else, or is it just me?
Nope, just you.
No, his cam seems fairly high quality to me.
Didn't plug my camera in.
So
disgusting.
In this,
my camera working.
So at this point, I handed over a few things. So we still got to like dish out the money for him, like his bribe to not craft the weapon. How much did we all have again? Or how much could we gain?
Between you all, it has to come to 7,000 gold. Obviously, you all will have magic items that you may or may not have any use for anymore, or you may be unattuned to. You've all just come into quite a lot of money between you.
It's 1,400 each. I know for a fact that I can't reach that number. I don't have that much money. Yeah, 7,000 divided 5.
Oh, because there's 5 of us, not 6 of us. Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't have 1400. Or I can't.
Celia
even
hasn't been here for the paying adventures recently.
Yes.
She
so
has
I've only
been
got-
on her own for the traumatic, penniless adventures.
Yeah, I've only got what I got before I left the party. The only thing I can realistically sell, I've got about 6, 8, and 800. I know I can get, and however, and like I have no idea how much the Stone of Protection.
About that at the end of the last session. So it is used, so it won't go for the full amount that you bought it for, but it's a magic item, so it will still hold a lot of its value. I think you bought it for about 400 gold.
Right.
So he could take it off you for 300, I'd say.
Alright, so that's like 5, 6. Yeah, like max 1100, unless in the potion of immortality, however much that will go for.
A lot.
I know, but it's a really
That'd go
powerful.
for-
That's a really powerful potion that
Yes.
might come in handy. Don't really want to sell something that powerful. But however much, if it means that I can add mine, it all depends on if people don't mind taking the extra cut. So I usually pour my money on things that aren't got a value anymore. That aren't like a massive use.
I've got 150 gold worth of gems I need to sell.
That can just go in the pile.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I've got 150 gems as well, and 4 topazes.
I'm pretty. I was going to say I'm pretty certain all 4 of you have got those that bag of gems, right? 150 worth. Right?
I think
Let's
I
just-
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't got
Um,
that. I've got a ruby piece that's worth 200 though, so I could put
Yeah,
that.
that was. So you should all have a ruby piece worth 200. I think the gems that both Sarah and Matt have, that was from Range Watch in the tomb. So let's just go through what people are putting in the middle. There is the Ioun Stone.
Yep.
That's worth 300.
Yep.
There is 300 worth of gems from Risu and Erlan.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's 600 so far.
I've got a ruby stone which I'm going to put into that, so that takes us up to 800.
Yeah,
How much
I've
is
got a ruby
the
piece that can go in there.
ruby piece worth? Sorry, Alex.
Worth 200 GP, it says.
Okay.
So that's
And
something-
you've also got one, Nick.
Yeah.
I've got one of those, so add that to the pile.
I also have a vial of blue powder worth 100, but it also says that it's a spell component, so I don't know whether I should keep that.
Diamond dust. Yeah,
Diamond
it's
dust,
it's for revivify.
I'm
Okay.
keeping
So-
that.
I was going to
So
say
how
it's
many
like-
ruby pieces is that? 3 of them.
That's free. So
total?
we're up to 1200 right now.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll put in my 4 pieces of topaz,
What's their
Okay.
value total?
250 each.
No way.
They're 250 each.
Yeah, man, I got 4 of them as well.
That's
Yeah,
fine,
you
man.
all got. Each of you got. I believe 4 gems worth 250 from the dragons.
So
I
one
think each
sec.
of you got 2,000
we?
golds worth of stuff from the dragons.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
No, I just
so
added that in.
if you're
Oh,
adding
okay.
your
Yeah, you did.
Whoops.
so Sarah's adding 1,000, and so is Rob in terms of the gems. Yeah.
Yep.
So that is 8 gems worth 250, yeah?
Yeah.
250
So it's up to 3,200, nearly halfway there already.
topaz times
Uh,
8.
I'm gonna put in a ruby worth 200.
I can
Okay.
put
that's
in
a 4th ruby worth 200.
I can put in 600 gold pieces, and that'll round it out for me as well, if that helps.
I have.
Are you adding in your topazes as well? Even though
Yeah,
you
essentially.
passed it-
He converted it all
Okay.
into gold.
You
but-
convert, okay, but it's still technically topaz, so that's an extra
Yeah.
1,000 there.
Yeah, they're topazes.
So we're up to 4,400.
Hang on. So 300 for the Ioun Stone, 300 from the Erlan and Risu's like mixed gems.
200 from 600 from
Four
the
sets
three.
of 200 ruby pieces people have put in. So that's 800 ruby pieces. And 8 from the topazes, that's another 2,000. And then 600 from Hierarchin. So
Yeah.
300 plus
I think
300.
I'm going to put
plus
in 100 gold pieces worth of assorted gems.
1,000 plus 600. So you're currently at plus what? Sorry, Rob.
100 gold pieces. Sorry, 150 gold
Hold on.
pieces worth of
Let me
assorted
just
gems.
do my calculations again. So,
Okay.
so we've got
100
iron plus that 600 plus
Oh,
3 lots of. We only put 3 lots of ruby stones in, didn't we? Mine.
I think
Sarah's
Rob added a
and
fourth, didn't?
No, it was a third. Only me and Sarah put in. I don't think anyone else put a ruby stone in.
I've put 1 ruby stone in.
Yes, so that's 3 of them. So that's
Okay, that's only 3.
Nick not?
I have a ruby
No.
piece. Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Is it worth 200?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
that's the fourth one.
Did you add that? Okay,
Um,
so yeah, so
Yeah,
plus
that's
so
the
I haven't
fourth
added
one.
that in.
So it's 100 from Ott as well. So that brings us up to 3,100.
I've got 6 faded books which I meant to give to the dragons, which I've got, but I don't know if those are worth anything.
The what books?
I know where they came from. They came from Range Watch. They
Yeah.
were. I don't mind telling you now, I guess. I think that Gareth could probably identify them. They were basically prayer books to Mortis. There is some small amount of value in them that, given that they're written in the Colossus language, just from like an academic point of view. But it's not a massive amount. I think it's probably between like all half a dozen of them, about 25 gold.
I will sell them because I do not want to be carrying on to them.
Okay, and 25 GP of books from Erlan. That is 3,125 then.
And I'm going to put in another 50 gold.
Hold on,
Okay.
hold on.
That makes mine
300 plus
150 from you,
300
then
from
not.
that. Okay, then 800 from the
What?
rubies.
Because you already put in 100, didn't you?
150 worth of assorted
Plus-
gems.
Oh, you put in 150 worth of assorted gems?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So that should
then
be...
you put in another 50, so it's now 250. Oh, sorry, 200 total.
200, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that adds up.
that is 3,225 so far, and I will double check my maths in a moment.
Sorry, because I'm trying to work it out as well at the same time, and I'm either missing
Hang on.
people's things or they're adding things in at random times, and it's getting.
There we go. That is my list of what's going in
Logan's
to
calculated
everyone.
it.
So 300 from the Ioun, yeah.
300 gems from Risu and Erlan. 200 gold ruby pieces, 4 of them. 250 topazes times 8.
800
600 gold from Hierarchin. 200 from Ott now.
times 7.
25 gold pieces from books from Erlan.
How much?
There you go.
Are you going to put in another 4 topazes then? Sorry, Rob.
No, that was, me and Sarah both put in 4 topaz. Didn't we?
Okay, you each put in 4 topazes.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you did 8 topaz. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. There's 8 topazes there, so you put in 4 and Sarah put in 4.
Yep.
And assorted gems with 150 and 50 gold pieces. Yeah, that's all accounted for in that list.
I've got like 4,225 roughly from your list.
Sorry, let me recalculate that. Plus 200 times 4 is 800. Plus 2,000 from the gem, the topazes, plus 600 plus 25. 4,025.
I've also got a piece of iron ore worth 20 GP, so I'll add that in.
Okay, 20 GP worth of iron, sure.
So 2445 in total now. Is there anything like item-wise, gems, whatever that people have that they don't really need or care for? If not, then it might be okay. Now let's start looking at actual physical coins pieces.
4,045. You're more than halfway there now.
Are we putting in exactly 1,400 each, or are we making up?
I can't physically get to 1,400.
Oh, okay, sure.
So that's why it's like.
But if you sold your gloves,
You think I'm really going to sell it?
I'll take them for 1,000 gold.
You and I both know they're worth way more than that.
Can I just straight convert my platinum pieces? Platinum, is it? No, what is it?
Platinum is worth 10 gold.
Yeah,
each.
Can I convert my platinums into gold pieces just so
Yeah.
the numbers are nice to look at?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine, if you so desire.
So as it sits, we've got about another 2,750 gold to get.
How much?
2,750, roughly. 2,755 to be precise.
Are we gonna just split that between us, or are we gonna?
Shall I just make it easier and put down 1,000?
Yeah, I haven't put that much in. I'll put 1,000.
Like I said, all I've done
Okay.
at the moment is put.
So 1,000 from Erlan.
Yeah.
How many platinum pieces would that be?
That's 100 of platinum.
I'll just get rid
So,
of all my platinum
Up to
pieces.
5,245. I could probably give like half of my gold, so that's an extra 300.
So take it
300.
since we're planning to
Yeah.
split it all out evenly in terms of 1,400
Well,
each.
You guys
Well-
can't make 1,400 just like split evenly because one of you is poor.
Yeah, so I was going to
So
say,
right now-
when it comes round to the cash being divvied out at the end, will it be rebalanced then?
I mean,
Probably
if you
not.
guys want to like give around money, but no, I don't like how you manage your funds is up to you guys.
How much we got left? Because we've got.
So we're currently at, as far as
Put
I'm aware,
1,000 in.
I've got 5,545, and that's up to where I've put extra 300 gold in, and you've put 1,000 in that. So after all the other items that we are handing over, so that means we have 1,455 left to get.
Why don't we divide that by the ones who can afford to give the gold away, and then we can all pay the same amount.
So
of what's
one.
remaining?
If you want.
I was gonna
So that's
say.
like 1,400. So it's divide 4.
Divided by
But-
4, yeah.
Then can people still add that into their money? Because like I said,
Can I
Matt's
put
just
my
told me-
100
What's
platinum
it come
pieces
to?
in?
If you put your
You
100,
want to put 100 platinum in, Sarah?
That's-
Because that's
that's
worth
extra
1,000 gold.
I know. Let's do it.
Okay.
Did you put my
so that's-
basically 1,000 gold in, or just Matt?
So, I
Matt.
didn't know.
Okay.
did you
I-
want to put 1,000 in?
If you
Well,
do that, that will 100% bring you guys over the
I'll
amount
put
of
Yeah,
$1,000
we'll
it's
be
worth
over.
now.
I've
we'll be
only
over
like
that one.
given some. I haven't given enough anyway, so I
Okay.
might as well just put
So,
it in.
let me just
Why
say
yeah, I was going to say,
changes,
why doesn't
and I
Matt
will
level his to
show
1,400,
to
and
players.
then that's one
That's
for
the
your player?
list right now. I will calculate according to that list how much. Okay, 300 plus 300 gems plus 800 for the ruby pieces plus 2,000 for the topazes plus 600 from Hyarkin plus 200 from Opt plus 25 from Erlan's books plus 20 from the iron plus 1,000 from Erlan, plus 300 from Yolya, plus 1,000 from Risu. That brings us to 6,545. I've just calculated.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay, so 7,000 minus answer. 455 remains.
Mm-hmm.
So apart from Alex, who hasn't put in 1,400?
I can put in the remaining.
Because it
400
will make sense for whoever can afford to put 1,400 in to put 1,400 in, and then we just worry about that one person not.
It's just 400.
It was only 400, wasn't it?
Well, yeah,
455. Yeah.
I mean, in total.
Yeah.
If we're divvying it up,
455.
it's spreading the cost equally.
I feel
Well,
like most
the
of
only
you
reason
have
why I
put in
looked to
about
see how
that,
much it was,
right?
if it was equally, was just to see if I could make that number, and I couldn't.
It's okay,
Oh,
guys.
okay.
I'll put 455 gold pieces in. There.
Okay.
All right.
455 GP from Hyarkin. So that brings Hyarkin's gold piece contribution there to 1,055, yeah?
Yeah.
Save changes. Judge players. And I believe that should equal
The
7,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
Update, I think.
Okay, so yeah, I think like between all of you, you like open up the bag of holding. You all like open up your own like rucksacks. I'm assuming like you guys are probably like carrying most of your loot in, and like start scrounging around and like, oh, I've got like this, that's trash. Like toss it over your shoulder, and
That's half of that's bag, then, isn't it? No, that's not worth anything. That's
Oh.
definitely not worth anything. It's like, oh, I forgot I had that in here.
Yeah.
Put it back in.
well, like a lot of the rewards you guys get aren't just straight up gold pieces. It's gems. It's like magic items. It's like treasures. It's things that you can sell. Like money comes in more than just gold pieces. So like a lot of the things that you actually have more money than you guys realize a lot of the time, I think. But yeah, between all of you, you are able to come to your desired 7,000 gold pieces and present it to Gareth, who is patiently sort of like drooling a little bit, like dabs at his face occasionally as you're just like pulling out treasures. And yeah, line them up on the counter in front of him, and he takes like a couple of minutes to inspect everything. Like pulls out his little like looking glass and inspects all of the gemstones. And so yes, these all seem to be of the same value that you have said. I'm happy to buy these for this much. And he will then say, "Just one moment. I shall be back in 1 second." And he like steps off his little stool behind his in fact no, there's probably like a whole raised platform behind his counter, and like disappears behind the counter, and you see the door behind the counter swing open as he steps into the back room. And then a couple of minutes later you see him climb back up behind the counter and present a piece of paper and says, "Any one of you can be a representative on behalf of the party and sign this." And if you read the fine print, it essentially says that within the next 4 weeks, you are to come and collect the oscillator, and if you fail to do so, then all deals are off, and he will just fucking sell and manufacture as he pleases. However, he is in the meantime going to bind himself under a Gias spell that on pain of death, he shall complete the oscillator, give it to no one other than you until 4 weeks have elapsed, and if, after 4 weeks have passed, you come and collect the oscillator, or before the 4 weeks have passed, you come and collect the oscillator, he will then completely erase from his memory, using the modify memory spell, the means to create more of them, so that he cannot recreate it. And he also promises in his contract that he will not, of course, reproduce any more of these before he has his memory erased.
Duke.
Sounds like a deal.
Mm-hmm. He says, "I understand this is a little bit more formal than our proceedings normally are. However, I live and die by my reputation, in this case, quite literally. If I was to betray you all, then the Gias spell would take my life." I'm sure adventures of your caliber could probably survive the effects of it, but not myself.
Someone's phone ringing.
Oh, shit, yeah, sorry, it's my house phone.
Ah.
It stopped. So, whoever would like to sign the contract on behalf of the party?
You pay
I
the
don't mind
most
it.
money.
I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
Cool.
Art steps forward. The turtle.
Do you
Not that
even
he
have
recognises
hands?
me.
He has hands.
Puts pen in mouth.
Yeah.
Well, it's more of like an Uruguay sort of thing, isn't it? Like, you can see the art in D&D chat. There's a turtle there.
Oh yeah.
Like, he has hands. But,
Oh yeah.
question of would he recognize you? I'm going to say for the sake of convenience, yes.
I'll do it. Who are you?
Strange. You traded out the halfling for a turtle.
I wish it was my choice.
Well, I kind of like the random table. Anyway, next long rest you'll get to...
That's odd saying. I wish
change
it was my
your-
choice, not me.
At the next long rest, you'll get to choose whether you re-roll again anyway. But yeah, everyone please remove all of that from your inventories.
Already done.
Done.
Yeah,
Yep,
already
Already
done.
done.
Excellente. He says, now, I'm sure your pockets are already quite a lot lighter than they were. However, my shop is still open for business if there is anything that you're interested in buying.
I was like, I want to buy my sword back.
Well, Art just got a cool new dagger.
Did he?
Yeah. Your Dagger of Returning.
Oh yeah.
Lets you attack as a bonus action.
What? Oh.
I mean,
Wait,
you have to
return-
attune to it, but...
Oh, returning gust.
Yeah, Returning Gust,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I
So
believe
it's
you
only
have
3
to
achievements, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You still have nude portraits of a CEO.
Yeah. Of course I do.
How much are they
wearing-
worth?
And my skelly boots.
Nothing. They were awful. I remember where they're from.
Oh God. Anyway, does anyone actually need to shop? I had just handed out like 2 potions to 2 people who wanted.
Yeah, I got what I
potions.
wanted. I wanted the greater healing potions.
Anyone want
So,
anything else?
thank you.
Anything want to buy anything else while we're here, or are we just?
I don't particularly want to spend any more money, so
My money! I'm so poor now.
Can I buy?
Oh, here we go, Mr.
Sorry.
Shopping.
I
Sorry,
thought we'd just skip the shopping episode.
two greater healing potions. We just did the selling episode. Now I'm doing the shopping episode.
Great healing potions. You can.
So according to my notes, 2 were sold at 50 gold pieces.
That's
that-
the standard price, is 50 gold pieces each.
Oh, okay.
Is the standard price. You have previously negotiated it down. However, that's on a case-by-case basis.
We've just given him 7,000.
You have.
I think you can be
In
a little bit
exchange,
lenient.
that was him cutting you a deal, though. You bargained him down from 10,000 to 7,000.
Yeah, but he's just got a big wad
Like-
of cash.
Rob, I don't recommend trying to.
Also, technically, he can say, fuck you, you buy it at whatever I say, because now you can only buy from him. So, negotiation might be a little bit tougher now.
Not that I'm trying to break the contract, but
Rob.
out of curiosity.
The contract with your name on it.
No, it's not breaking the contract per se.
Uh-huh.
So in the future, if we wanted to part ways with Mr. Gareth, what would his selling price be for never being able to ever and not even having the dragon tool at all in the end?
It was 10,000 gold initially. The thing that brought him down to 7,000 was being your exclusive thing. So minimum 3,000 gold. That's worth to him.
Okay.
If you guys want to negate your contract.
Buy out the contract, yeah. I'm just curious.
If you just like voided your contract and bought like stuff anyway right now, then all bets are off the table. He can do whatever he pleases.
He's gonna go around killing dragons. Or helping people kill dragons.
Selling weapons.
Come on, buy your stuff and go.
I have.
Yeah.
I said, oh,
So
wait.
are you marking off what 100 gold pieces and buying 2 greater healing potions?
Actually, I'm just gonna buy 150.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Pleasure doing business with you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
And I look forward to much more business in the future from you all. Do have fun on your adventures. Try to come back alive. I need you.
Is it worth us recommending him starting a shop somewhere? So then we'll be able to get to him.
You can try starting a shop in the way that he has like done this shop is significantly expensive.
He has just got a load of money.
Yes. Yes, he has.
Can we help him
Magic
start a
Band,
shop
yeah.
in my keep once we've cleared it out?
See, you would have to
Actually clear it out.
well, yeah, you'd have to clear it out, but you'd also have to make it quite clear that he'd have like significant customers there. Other than yourselves, because you'll come to see him.
Of course you
Wherever he
would. All
is.
of our followers are going to move in.
Should we help him?
How rich are they going to be? Are you going to give them loads of money?
No. They're all going to have part-time jobs.
Wow.
Does he forget that that also part of the negotiated part of the contract is we can come and go through his shop to various
Yes, you
locations
can use
as
it
we
as
please.
fast travel.
So he's coming to set up a shop here because we need some way to get to him.
You guys can teleport. That's not his problem.
Well, he doesn't know that we can teleport.
That's not his problem.
Well,
He's a businessman.
it's a bit difficult for us to like spread the point of that we use him.
No, he's going to be doing the advertising.
Does he not want to
You're just not allowed
monopolize
to buy from anywhere else.
the potion selling business?
Oh, he'll know if you buy from someone else.
Yeah, but does he not want to monopolize across the land? You know, he's got to set up somewhere. Why not Hyakin's Keep?
Well, you'll just have to convince him that
Come on,
it's worth
franchise
the
like
investment.
McDonald's. There's got to be one on every other street corner.
Maybe he doesn't set up a proper portal into his shop on your keep. Maybe he just sets up a branch. Like
Tell him to
send
create
of
some
his
self-service
assistants there,
tills,
but-
then he doesn't actually need to work there.
Some kiosks.
Yeah, just some kiosks. Maybe vending machines.
Maybe postal service.
There's going to be a regular healing potion machine that's always faulty.
Sometimes it gives you ants instead. Right, so are you guys all sorted with your little escapade and Gareth's glorious goods?
I believe we are.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, currently you are awaited at Duskwatch. Question is, how are you planning on getting there? Obviously, you could fly there. However, it'll be a week's plus journey to fly there. You could wait a day and teleport yourself, or you could pay some 50 gold and use the teleportation circle from Bulwark to Duskwatch.
Wait, why are we
your
needing
main
Dust
options.
Watch again? What was the reason?
That is where the ship that's waiting to take you to your new fort is.
Right, yes, of course.
The King
teleport
of
seems
Bulwark
like the
has
obvious.
already sent ahead a crew.
I imagine those message spells that we've been using are like, you know, in kids' play areas, you get that little cone that you can speak into and you can hear out the other side of the play area. I imagine it pops out the ground like that when you want to send a message to someone else.
Sure, if that's how you want to imagine it. If when you learn that spell, Rob, you want to describe it as you doing that,
So it be done.
it is a spell you could cast if you wanted to pick it.
Is it?
Yeah. It's on the wizard spell list. It's 3rd level. But yeah, question is for you guys: how are you going to get to Duskwatch?
Oh,
50 gold.
have we had a long rest? Have I got my 7th spell
You
slot
have
back?
not.
No, I didn't think so. So I can't use my teleport. But we can go and pay for the teleportation
Yeah.
to take us back there.
50,
Or you
50
could
gold.
take a long rest and then teleport.
Are you sure
but
we haven't
of
had a
course
long
that'll
rest?
be. You have not had a long rest.
Because
And we want to save
spells or health.
as many days as we can because we only have 4 weeks, is it?
Should we just
Can we
play?
have a long
You haven't
rest
got
on
an
the boat?
exact amount of time. Yes,
What?
you will have long rests on the journey.
Can we
50
not just
gold on the
pay the
boat.
50 gold to get
Let's
to
do
the
that.
squash?
Yeah, shall we just pay, 10 gold each?
Yeah.
We can afford that.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go. 10 gold.
Please.
Thank
So just
God.
watch.
Open your pockets,
You guys
guys.
Bird getting
Yeah.
bored. Let's go.
Risu just begins to fly there.
Yeah.
See you there,
See you there.
losers.
I'll make my own way. There you go. 10 gold.
Okay. Well, I can put you all on the map for
Okay.
Duskwatch that I recreated.
Let
For
me
however long you're in Duskwatch.
pick off 10 gold.
Here's where you spend 2 minutes in Duskwatch now.
We're
Wow,
in a
look at it.
rush.
I can't see
Bye.
it properly. It's blurred.
It'll load.
In just a sec.
I got it.
Whoa.
So, you guys would most likely come to the teleportation circle. It would probably be somewhere within the Watchers district down here, which is like a military district. It's where a lot of like the barracks are. It's also where the families of the military live within Duskwatch.
We need to
yeah.
get to the docks.
Your arrival is already anticipated, so you are not stopped.
Where were we just?
What?
You were just in Bulwark.
Bulwark, that was it, okay.
Yeah, you've gone from Fantasy City to Fantasy City here.
Yay.
And then, so we've got to get where's the thing at the dock? So I'm getting.
So,
number 1. Yeah, wherever it
you
is,
would
right on
be.
West.
No, actually, you'd be setting out from a military dock, which would be the harbour tower. Duskwatch has got a somewhat unusual setup in that its military docks are a harbour tower, which is located here, and its civilian docks are mostly used for mining and industry. Are there at the main gatehouse.
Are these the boats there then?
That's a representation of some
Yeah.
of the boats, yes.
Okay.
So if I remember right with Dustwatch, it came under invasion, and didn't it? And we
There was a terrorist attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys prevented it.
was there a lot? Was there a lot of damage when we?
There was almost none, thanks to you all.
So nothing's really.
Isn't this
changed.
also where the people that we took on a boat and they all
Let's
died?
not talk about that one.
No, that was
Okay.
from the Citadel of the Moon.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Hey guys.
Also, you came back to a parade in your honor on a empty boat where all of your crew had died,
Right.
which is kind of morbid.
Hey guys, see that?
Also,
Marlowe's
two of your
enchantment?
friends were petrified.
Oh,
So,
see that Marlowe's Enchantment Emporium? Can't go
Yeah.
there.
unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah, sad. You should set up a shop here.
I believe that is the first place you ever saw someone transform into a Nothic. One of the cultists transformed there.
Oh,
Was
well, the
we
eye
went
people.
shopping and some people
Yeah.
left. So yeah, let's move our way to the military docks,
Hmm
so we can get on our boat and actually start
Yeah.
doing what we need to. We are on quite a bit of a short schedule.
There's quite like a familiar feeling as you wander through the cities, like streets of Bulwark, and you haven't been here since you were level 6. So it's very different experience now compared to what it was then, where now you guys have a reputation, and especially here within Bulwark, where you were already known for having protected this place. Now that you like have this reputation as a group of like wandering heroes, you know, people stop and like point to you. Some of them like try and call out to you and like ask to shake your hand or have an autograph.
In the distance, here's an old man going, "Man, I remember when they were level 6.
Yeah.
I feel so old now."
What a
I
hipster.
talked shit about them when they were level 6.
Man, they were
They
so
threatened
shit.
me.
Yolya to Seraphim goes, what the hell is level 6?
She says that you'll have to ask O'Malley's dog that can break the fourth wall.
Wait, you have a dog?
So you guys essentially like skirt around the like main keep, where like some of the soldiers salute you. Although you will notice that despite like the current like crisis that's going on, the keep and the streets don't seem to be any more heavily patrolled than they were like back when you first came here.
You'll say so.
That, and as well, you've seen soldiers from Duskwatch on the Citadel of the Moon. They're possibly a little bit short-staffed here.
Mm.
But, yeah, behind the keep is this enormous... it is a wooden tower, although it'll be, like, reinforced with, like, a significant amount of, like, metal and, like, Ethereum stuff in order to make it significantly more durable. And from the top of the tower, like hovering around the top of the tower, and some of them docking and some of them departing, you can see all manner of different ships. Primarily elven in design, these like gargantuan, ostentatious warships that are all flying the colours of various citadels and, of course, the colours of Duskwatch. And you guys will be greeted by a dwarf whose name I will get, who is waiting outside the tower. Just one moment. Where's my notes? That's the recap. There we go. Okay. Yeah. It is a clean-shaven dwarf from Bulwark who will step forward, like be waiting at the base of the tower and wave to you all, and says, "Watchers, I'm here to collect you. My name is Captain Virion of the Dauntless Voyage. My ship is awaiting you at the top of the tower to take you to your new keep."
What's his name?
Captain Virion.
Virion?
Yes.
Virian.
Ion.
Cool.
Yon.
Says, I was informed by my commanding officer that you'd asked for a crew which are familiar with danger, since the last crew you travelled with did not fare so well. I can assure you that my crew are quite hardy. We've seen combat before with various monsters and pirates throughout these skies. We've been called back into service on behalf of the state, given the current situation, and our first mission will be the safe delivery of you to and from the island of Celia. I suppose you guys are going to rename that.
See you later.
I think that's
Good
down,
one, madam.
I think that's down to Hiarkin. It's
I
his
just
isle.
chuckle to myself while I'm grinning and holding the piece of paper that says that I own the keep.
The deed.
Like, yeah, you'll find out soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
So-
VR Kingdom.
Have you actually named?
Yes.
Have you actually named it yet? Or
Hi, our kingdom.
Hi, Kingdom.
I was going to say,
Wow.
is that literally what you've written on the deed as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Hi, our
I've,
Kingdom.
I've scratched out Fort Celia. I wrote Hi, our kingdom on it.
Sick.
Uh,
That will be what people call it.
Good.
You got a herald who will spread that name
Good. I want it
and
on
bring
flags.
people
And
to the
everything.
High Kingdom.
I look over and see it on there and go, nice choice.
Do I get the hint of sarcasm or not?
Make an insight check.
Oh, if it will load.
My goodness, he doesn't have his character sheet up.
Uh-oh.
Terrible.
I thought
He
I
was
did.
on eBay again.
Oh, 11.
Hmm.
11. Was it deception check from you, Alex?
I guess it would be, yeah. 1 second then.
You're trying to hide your sarcasm.
You have no idea. I rolled a 19.
Seems hard to
I
read.
just say, oh, thank you. I can't wait, and just pat you on the back and carry on staring at my little leaflet.
I'm just like, how did he not notice? And carry on to get on board the
I'm
ship.
just too excited.
Yeah. So you guys step into the harbour tower, and it's this it's kind of like a bustling sort of series of elevators that are like bringing cargo and men up and down from the various docks, as there's like layer after layer of like docks all on this tower. And Captain Varian would say the Dauntless Voyage is docked on the 26th floor. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of a wait before we are on board, as like he directs you onto one of these elevators as like a group of like elven soldiers are all like coming off this elevator where they've clearly disembarked ready for shore leave, and some of them are already like beginning to take off parts of their armor and step onto the elevator, and like Captain Varian makes sure that everyone is holding the handrail before saying going up and pulling a lever, as the like it's not even very rickety. This elevator is like fairly robust, given that it's like has to be used very quickly, which is one of the things which makes harbour towers kind of inefficient for military use. Is you need to be able to quickly deploy, and you're kind of just limited by the speed of an elevator on how you get to your ship. It's like part of why Duskwatch has a little bit of a strange design. But you like go up past various docks, and you see ships of varying designs. It's not just elven warships. There's also like some like very strange ships of gnomish design, or like which have gnomish components on them. There is some human-made ships or half-elven ships, which have like these eclectic mixes of crews of like all different races and creeds, where they are possibly ex-pirates who have like come to enlist, or whether they're mercenaries who have been like enlisted or whichever. And as well, you see these very robust armored dwarven like frigates and galleys, until eventually you reach the correct floor, and you are brought out onto like in front of a large platform leading into the open air, where like immediately high up in the sky, like wind sweeps across you and almost lifts probably Risu off her feet,
Blech.
being feathery, hollow-boned bird. But
I grab
yeah,
hold of my deeds extra tight in case they fly away.
Because of the fact that I grab hold of Risu and make sure she doesn't fly away either.
Mm-hmm. But before you on the other end is this large. It's strange. It is sort of this like big mix of metal, of like golden metals and wood, all painted and like all glowing and emitting light. You can see like layers of cannons on this frigate. It's probably got 3 decks, including the like top deck, and 3 sails. And there's people who are currently like loading ammunition and loading supplies. And Captain Varian says, previously we were a mercenary fleet. As I already explained, we were occasionally used by the citadels and by cities such as this one in order to deal with threats from monsters or pirates. If the enlisted militaries couldn't deal with them for whatever reason. We have a crew of 40 men who we've been instructed that we will not be landing specifically on the island. We will simply be dropping you off and then retreating into a nearby skystone field until such a time as you signal us to say that you are ready for a pickup.
Do you have anything that we can use to signal, like a flare, maybe?
Yes, ma'am. I have two, in fact. A green flare and a red flare. Green flare is the all clear, mission successful, and it is safe to pick us up. Red flare is we need desperate evacuation, danger close.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll see green smoke from you all. And yeah, with that, you are all directed to climb up the gangplank and onto the ship, where there's a lot of dwarven sailors. Some of them are wearing armor of bulwark. Some of them are wearing insignias and parts of a uniform, but they haven't really bothered to dress up fully in formal armor. And you hear the first mate yell, "Captain on deck," as you all step on. And after speaking to the first mate and the quartermaster, the captain will come back to you all and say, "We're ready to depart as soon as you are. I understand that time is of the essence."
Kind of look around, make sure everyone's fine. I guess we're in a good spot to get
Thumbs
moving.
up. Let's go. If everyone's ready.
Goodbye, Duskwatch map. We'll never see you again.
Oh.
So, yeah, you guys are currently...
They'll bring us back.
Shit, I'm on the wrong layer. Hang on. Objects
Logan's going to destroy it.
I nuked
That-
Duskwatch.
That was probably a week's worth of work for 5
It
minutes.
took a while. You know, the really annoying amount of work was the changes to the keeps token. That took so much more effort than it should have done.
Firewall looks great.
This here.
Well,
Oh,
It is a lot
let's,
better than it was.
let's zoom in a bit so we can appreciate it.
It's not
It's,
100% perfect. The tokens that are actually used on the map normally, they no longer exist in Incarnate, I've discovered.
Oh.
I
Well,
guess
this
they got
one's higher
replaced.
resolution, so that's good.
Yeah. However, you are going to have a... I don't know, so it is 2 hexes, but I feel like since... This is something I was going to discuss with you guys, but since time is now a more pressing concern than it previously has been, previously we've always said that 1 hex is 3 days of travel, and not really accounted for how fast the travel actually is. What we will say is that 1 hex is 3 days of travel, on the ground, on the surface, either by foot or by horse. And by ship, 1 hex is 1 day of travel.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it will be a
about-
2-day journey
Okie doke.
to
So
get
we
to
have-
High Art Kingdom.
3 weeks and 5 days.
No, it will just be 2 days.
Yeah, that's
I
how long
don't
we
know
have
where you
left.
got 4 weeks from.
That's what you
For
said.
that's 4
how
weeks
long it's
to
gonna-
collect the.
How long we have to get
Oh,
back
yeah,
to
sorry.
collect the oscillator before
Yes.
we
But
sell
there's
them.
probably about a week at best for most of our other stuff that we've got pressing on.
You're not
either getting
100%.
back-
You weren't really given a
So-
time scale.
Yeah,
What else have we got?
there's
you-
either
to get back to?
defending. Is it Farward or defending Dragon's Rest? Is the 2 choices,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and that's one of the 2. And they're the 2 choices because we got a bit, but we don't know how long we've got.
Didn't
and it's
we
essentially-
promise someone we would get back to them, or have we already done that?
You promised you would get back to pick up Virtue in the next week or 2.
Yes.
That's
After
right, yeah.
after we've learned out some more information in terms of because there's some information in regards to his
Hopefully speaking
affliction.
to that goddess, or
Yeah,
something that
because
we
there's
can
some
find
things
in
that
this
there's
case.
some
There is a
information.
Celestial here, apparently,
Yeah.
in High Art
Yeah.
Kingdom.
is it that they're here, or is it that there's a way of contacting them here, or we don't know yet?
You're not 100% sure. You, the previous owner, Celia, was contracted with a Celestial who, upon her disappearance, at the same time that Aegis, her party member, disappeared, the Celestial essentially chased off everyone who was living on the island. And no one has been allowed on since.
on my players?
For some reason.
Yeah, they're totally there. They're totally allowed to be there.
They do what they
Totally just like, yeah, come on in, guys.
They're my favourites.
Ah, kingdom for us? Don't mind if I do.
Mm-hmm. So, it's a 2-day journey. First of all, would you like to change shape? You can have 2 rolls if you so desire.
What do we mean, 2 rolls?
Well,
To
anytime you
change-
take a long rest. So everyone will get 2 long rests.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I get my 7th spell back.
Yep, everyone gets back all their spells and health.
Sure, I'll
And
roll.
yeah, if you wanted to... But no, you keep complaining about being a turtle.
No, I was tempted to keep it, but
I thought you liked
I'll
it.
go for 2 rolls. Yeah,
Well,
we'll see what happens.
actually, that's revival tables. 1 second. I need to find the correct tables. You have to give me 1 second. D&D stuff. Just roll a D100 for me a second, Robert.
Okay. 5.
My God. It's not shapeshift table. There it is. A 5.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another weird one. You are humanoid sized. Your face is like sort of flattened in this like almost snout like shape. As you have these like elongated ears and like very sort of pale fur across your body. You have turned into a furbolg.
Oh, I'm a furry. No.
You get another roll, don't you?
Furbolgs aren't fairies, they're furbolgs.
They're furries.
They're amazing.
I can show you a picture of a furbolg.
I want to know.
Furbolgs are great.
Where's Caduceus Clay?
Caduceus. Ah, yes, gotta use the best one.
Caduceus Clay. This is one of the. Okay, Caduceus doesn't have fur. Interesting.
They do normally. Caduceus didn't.
Okay,
But he did.
Either way.
He technically did, but most of his artwork doesn't.
either way. D&D channel. There we go. That is what a furbolg looks like. They're sort of like cow people.
I'm guessing that's
Obviously,
Critical
Caduceus
Role.
was very pastel coloured. But yeah, that was Talison's one of his campaign 2 characters in Critical Role. I think he was a cleric.
Yes, he was a
Uh,
grave cleric.
But yeah, that is what a furbolg looks like. If you would like, you can try again,
You'd look something similar to that.
since you have another long rest.
Let me put this on this stream just for funsies. But yeah, I think I will go again.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be a damn furry.
You have an 18% chance of hitting halfling.
I'm going to be very happy if I'm a halfling again.
So far, you've hit 2 4% chances in a row.
Not a good chance. Yeah, I'll roll again. Boom. 75.
75. Well, Rob, I got good news.
Is it worse?
On a roll of 63 to 80, you become a halfling.
Yay!
hey.
To his normal self.
Finally back in your own skin.
So what was the previous one?
Furbolg.
Furbolg.
Firbolg.
F-I-R.
Furbolg. They are primarily, I don't think Ott would know this, but they are primarily found amongst the druids in the forest surrounding Riposte. But they're a nomadic people,
Huh.
much like the turtles are.
Tortle was good.
Turtles are cool.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
So is there anything else that occurs over these last 2 days, or is it
Well,
just...
I mean, that's up to you guys. You guys are able to like mess around. As people like get closer and closer to the place, like on the second day of your journey, especially, you guys like see the crew getting a lot more like serious about their work as they move away from like safe territory.
The captain.
Especially, I'm sorry.
I asked the captain, do they wear red so that the crewmates don't panic when they're bleeding?
He says generally it would clash with all the gold that we wear. It's we actually used to wear red as a part of our uniform when we were mercenaries, but now that we're enlisted, we kind of have to meet the uniform standards of Bulwark.
Huh.
Hmm.
So the red rumor, true? False?
I mean, we never really saw any help. If a man gets shot, he panics. It doesn't really matter if he can see the blood.
But the captain.
If I get shot, yeah, people still panic. It's only happened once.
Huh. And the brown trousers?
Oh,
Yourself.
really, it's not the visual of it. It's the smell that upsets people.
Okay.
Yeah,
I learned a
but
lot.
like when the air is full of like sulfur and gunpowder, it's a little bit harder to notice.
Yeah, fair enough.
People tend to focus more on threats than on, oh, the captain shit himself because he just got attacked by a wyvern. Didn't happen. No one can prove it.
Sure. Okay. Whatever.
Just
I mean-
do a spin for us.
So,
I was just going to say, I think in the evenings, on the first evening especially, when it's like everyone's like getting ready to go, you'll probably just, as she's like preparing herself for like sleep and everything, with her wraps on her arm and on her arms, probably just remove them to be ready for bed, and obviously let that part of the arm breathe a bit more. It's obviously being constantly wrapped up throughout the day. It's gotten,
yeah, the rest of you, those of you who are present, you do notice some new scarring on Yolia's arms. These sort of like black lightning bolt sort of shapes that trace up from her fingers and begin to like go up about as far as the wrists. I think they are now.
They're just past the wrist because
Yeah.
obviously the wraps themselves go up to about halfway up the forearm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just past the wrist, and then after that you see, and then obviously you would notice it.
I suppose like you can see it because like the scarring like discolors like her fur and gives this like black color to it.
Yeah, the fur around there is starting to like. It looks like it's darkened
Yeah.
in those areas, so it's like you can see it's like lightning crackling up the body, in a sense.
Yeah, these are not scars that Yolia had when she left the group.
Wait, you say these are more scars, not just on top of when she left, but in the last.
These
Couple of days,
appear
or-
to be scars that she got while she was away from you all.
Okay. So they're.
Have the rest of us noticed?
If anyone's,
you
I
guys are
would have.
present.
How would we? How would it would?
I
Probably be just in a-
expect you're all sort of you'll be within sort of like an officer's quarters, but for the sake of like space, you will probably all be sharing one like sleeping quarters. You'll have like individual hammocks just like strung up between beams within these quarters.
I
Other-
would probably say that I would be doing it a bit more like on the lowdown. Like I'm just like kind of like sat there, but kind of like away from people. So if
People
if
can make
more-
perception checks if they would like.
Yeah. Let's see whether we can.
Normally I'd use passive perception, but we'll do it based on this. 18, that probably does it.
18, 20.
That's
oh,
performance. There's
Then,
perception.
Ah,
Um,
I was just gonna say
12
23.
beats Erlan on perception. Unfortunately, neither of you see it. Hyarkin spots it. Does Risu spot it?
With your +6 of my -2.
I can't find my character sheet.
Why is your character sheet not
Sometimes
open?
it doesn't open.
I bet she had
Me,
eBay
me.
open.
eBay.
Oh boy, thanks for the Genshin Impact advert from Epic just popped up on my screen.
Nobody needs
Great.
that.
Six,
No,
yeah,
s-
only Hierarchin would notice then.
Okay.
No, would Hierarchin ask about them?
I want to, but I don't want to ask in front of everyone else. Could I,
Okay.
like,
I mean, you'll have like times when you guys
Yeah.
can be separate
go,
from the
over,
group
go
during the
over
day,
to
or
Yongya and just, act
like a
like
private
we're just
moment.
talking to each other, yeah, and then ask,
Mhm.
like, what's up with the scars? How did you get them? Is it?
They're cool
do
scars,
do you
dude.
know a way of healing
Hey,
them?
cool, Scott.
Nice,
You want to
nice
log out
battle
these
wounds.
scars?
I'm probably, as you're talking to me, I'm not really like concentrating on what you're on you. And so when you sit down, you kind of just make a jolt a bit, like, oh,
sorry for startling you.
yeah. I'm not normally in my own world in that sense. To which Seraphim were like, yeah, right. These are, and as I'm talking about it, I start to like force key from my body, and you'll probably see that like it kind of like the black kind of like glows on it slightly. If that makes sense, where like it seems to get darker. This is my body's way of telling me that I'm using too much. I'm pushing myself too hard.
So, for reference, Hierarchin would probably remember this a little bit better, but the first huge fight you had after Yolia very suddenly aging was the fight against Ormadora, where Yolia spent all of her ki and passed out. And ever since then, essentially, she takes damage whenever she spends too much of her ki in any given moment. And these scars are a reflection of that.
Yeah. So if I'm not pushing myself past a limit, they won't react. But if I go too far, if I try too much, then I get my body, it brings a reaction. I don't know how bad it will get, but I've noticed them growing over some time.
Okay, well, tell us
It
if you ever
reaches
need
the
to take
heart,
a
it'll
rest.
kill you.
It won't get that bad. No, it's more of just a cosmetic thing, but yeah, it's just there, and it's I do worry.
Like a warning to you.
It's I think that this is also a reflection of the fact that Yolia had clearly had to push herself quite a lot while she was away from the group. And like Yolia, she's always been kind of reckless.
I think sometimes I forget that I was alone when I was out there. So I would just push myself like I would normally, and realize I'd have to go a bit further to get what I needed done.
I think it's probably at this point like you are like interrupted by the captain calling out for the watchers in order to gather you all. As it's sort of like I think you departed in the evening, probably like late evening, early night, and so it's probably like mid-afternoon now, as you have sort of reached the edge of where people would normally dare go, and Captain Virian will point out from here that you have a fairly good view of Celia Island, now renamed High Kingdom.
Officially.
Which, yeah, you can see there is this like fairly large keep like stood on atop a hill at the northern end of the island. At the southern end of the island is a harbour tower in severe disrepair, and a little ways away, probably like a few hours away, between Duskwatch and High Kingdom, you sort of skirted around it, is a large skystone field, which is where from Duskwatch there is a lot of mining expeditions. Skystone is useful for creating key components for making both Ethereum which is used for enchanting, and also Skystone is useful for creating skyships. It's one of the 2 key components for it. So this field is well within range of High Kingdom as a resource that would be at your disposal. The captain says that while you are on the island, the ship will be waiting at the edge of the Skystone field, so that if there is any danger to the ship, it has a place it can retreat into and get cover, without leaving you completely on your own for days. It will take a while for the ship to get to you, even if it's like going full speed. It will probably take half an hour to get to you, or to get to wherever you leave a flare.
Okay then, that's good to know. Best to actually grab them flares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Shall we put them in our inventory,
I'll
or is it
put
just like
them
one for
in the
team?
bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are 2 separate, like essentially they're flare guns. You would probably recognize them as these like very sort of like large, strangely designed flintlocks, and each one is loaded with a single canister. One of them red, one of them green. And he says, "Well, I've already briefed you on what the meaning of these flares is, but I will remind you just in case. I know it's been a day. The green flare is mission successful, come and pick us up as soon as you can. And the red one is we're in danger and need immediate evacuation."
Noted.
With that, you'll be moved to the High Kingdom. And map number 3. Where is it? Fort Celia. There it is.
Okay, now we decide to leave and go back to Duskwatch.
So,
I just wanted to see
okay.
the map, that's all.
As you approach,
I love this.
you are sort of currently approaching from, as you've like skirted around the Skystone field, you're probably approaching from the west over this way. You can see obviously the main keep here. There's a lake to the northeast of the keep, a large fountain which appears to be in some disrepair in front of the keep,
Very nice.
as well
very nice.
as various like abandoned and semi-ruined buildings about the keep, and fortifications that seem to separate the island in 2. There is the ruined harbour tower here, which seems to have stood unused and ravaged by time ever since the departure of its previous master, and not docked at the harbour tower, but moored up specifically to the islands and the ruins are 2 very unusual looking ships. One of them appears to be of gnomish design, or at least components of it are. The ship is almost completely enclosed within brass, meaning that essentially no light hits the dock, and so it's impossible, like from this distance, to really get a good gauge on what it is. The other ship moored next to it, you've seen similar designs in pirate ships.
Minus the tentacles.
No, actually, the tentacles are probably what like seems like a similar design for the pirate ship, where it is sort of like more used as like a design flair amongst certain pirate crews, more particularly north of Duskwatch. I believe you saw a pirate ship that looked very similar one time, where the captain was a member of the Court of Zernas. It seems like it's not just mind flayers here, or if it is, it's a lot. It's 2 ships worth of mind flayers. And where did mind flayers get ships from?
Zernas.
I'm going to use a history check.
Okay. I will allow Erlan to actually make a history check. Since he is a native of this world, he would
6.
possibly...
I don't know.
You don't know shit about mind flayers.
They were Zernas ones, weren't they? They managed to. Is that...
Some mind flayers have worked for Zernas before. You've met a couple. It's the mind flayers that have worked for Zernas, though. They were outcasts from like most mind flayer society because they had magic.
Yes, that was it.
The ability to use arcane magic is considered to be a deformity, since normally mind flayers rely on psionics.
What's psionics?
Telepathy.
Psionics is a different type of magic, essentially. It uses the power of the mind to cast spells.
Cool.
And mind flayers are particularly adept at it.
Before we get off the boat, Art's going to leave behind 2 piles of skelly bones just in a random room.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want them.
What sort of skeletons are they?
I don't know. I can't remember where we picked them up now. I think it was in some caves somewhere. I was
Okay.
like,
Why
yoink.
did you pick these up?
Funny.
Why are you
Full
leaving them in my cabin?
skeletons
Two
that you've been
full
carrying
skeletons.
around in your backpack.
Somehow. I mean, I had to break the spines to get them in my bag.
Yeah. Like bones are cracked, caves are partially like caved in, skulls are partially caved in.
Actually, I'm gonna leave them in
Like
2 separate
these guys
rooms.
probably died somehow as well. There's probably like signs of injury from that. This is just a real weird thing.
There's an arrow sticking out one of them, one of the bones still.
Yeah.
What arrowhead?
So yeah, you can just hide that in one of the rooms. Sure, that'll sow some chaos. The question is, where would you guys like to be dropped off?
Where we drop
Does
them,
it look
obviously.
like there's a lot of activity anywhere on the island that we can see? Like things walking around, stuff like that?
Right now, you are kind of moored. Well, not moored. You are drifting in fairly far away from the island, sort of using the Skystone Field as cover. Eventually, you will have to break cover in order to A, get a better view, and B, like reach the island itself. But right now, you are unnoticed, and that's what you've seen unnoticed. If you want to get closer, you can get more of an idea, but you'd be breaking cover.
I have a feeling that there'll be a lot of activity near the actual fort itself. It's probably not the best thing to land
Yes,
right there.
don't
But
go
also-
too close to the fort. Don't go too close to the ships as well.
Yeah, so maybe like over this side, right?
Okay.
I was
Maybe
gonna
we
say,
can
could
hide on the
we,
abandoned buildings. Or up here.
like, dock within this, maybe?
Where, sorry, Rob?
Up the top. I don't know. Because if it
Might be a bit,
is,
that might be a bit too
that
close
quite
to
open
the
there?
fort itself. Yeah, well, the problem is there might be a lot of activity by or near the keep that is going to be hostile to us. So I'm trying to think somewhere that isn't going to be super hostile.
So
which is where
the points of interest are the keep and
these 2 ships.
the
So
harbour
these
tower,
2,
yeah,
the
two
2 the harbour tower and the keep are like the 2 probably hotspots.
Can
So
we go down here?
that's what I was thinking around
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
We might be
So,
far enough away from both where it's not going to, and we can. It's on like the main, just off the main route that we'll be able to see what's happening.
Yeah. The Captain Virian will say, "Very well. Seems like a tactically sound decision to me. We can use the walls as cover, at least from the keep, to keep us out of sight while we're dropping you off, and then we will drift below the island in order to get out of sight before making for the Skystone Field again. From there, we'll be keeping an eye out for your smoke. I suppose there's no chance of knowing in advance where your extraction is. Do you have any other ways of getting a message to us if anything goes wrong?
Does anyone have the message spell?
Not
Message spell won't reach. It'd
Yeah,
be
I was gonna
sending.
say.
Sending then.
No.
Wait, so what are these?
I had
Walls?
message, but if that's not going to work,
That's
Essentially, they are walls. They're large fortifications that seem to divide the island in 2.
Wow, rich part of the island, poor part of the island. Hyarkin, what are you getting yourself into?
And that's how I plan to keep it.
Yes.
I wouldn't say rich and poor, just military, not military.
Very dignified.
Possibly more like that. Yeah, it's within the bounds of the keep, the township outside the keep.
No, I'd like to say it's Hyarkin, everyone else.
Hyarkin, the whole island.
The whole
Everyone
rest.
else, the sky.
The sky.
No, you're not allowed on my island.
Hyarkin sticks up a big "No Girls Allowed" sign.
Whilst holding
And then I
Yorkie
cross
bars.
out girls and put no one allowed.
No people other than Hyarkin.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay, so the ship does come in. You guys do have a chance to look out over the island and spy for activity. You don't actually see much movement in the streets. What you do find is that around some of the wreckage, probably like these 3 buildings more than anything else, as you come in, there appears to be signs that perhaps there was activity there recently, or perhaps there is still activity. You see like smoke rising from the wreckage, where there must have either been like camps or maybe combat there. You don't see any like mind flayers just wandering the old dirt roads. And I suppose like this main central road is most likely cobblestone, but yeah, these smaller roads leading to these buildings are dirt.
As we come closer to the island, does there seem to be any activity near the harbour itself by the ships? Do they look? Because obviously we couldn't see a great deal in it.
You are still a pretty long distance away. Like this to here, that'd be probably like the better part of a mile.
Okay.
It's like this is a whole island. It's not an enormous island, but it is a decent sized island, enough to fit like a township on within.
Okay.
So you don't. All you can tell for definite is it doesn't seem to be buzzing with activity. But you can't see like, yeah, there's 6 mind flayers. They're hanging around playing D&D.
Gotta do something to
Relatable.
pass the time. Did they drop their dice off the side of the island?
It.
No!
I spent £40 on that dice set. So you
What a
are
rip-off.
all essentially like, as the ship is like coming down into this alcove here, it like draws level with the island, and you are all essentially told jump off the deck and onto the island as the fastest way of disembarking.
Is there much of a gap
Are we
between
gonna take-
the island
It
and
like pulls in right close, so it's only like a few feet. It's well within your ability to jump.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And like it draws level, but like yeah, you essentially like have to just like clear the railing and leap onto the island.
Easy enough for Yolia, but just making sure.
I imagine it's
we don't need
also
to like
not a
roll
challenge for
acrobatics or
Reese.
anything.
So it's very
No.
obvious
No problem.
that it's very obvious we're there.
Yeah,
Correct.
Big boat pulled
Like-
in.
Yeah.
It's
No
very
point
obvious
rolling
that there is
stealth.
definitely something there.
How do
It's not
mind
obvious,
flares...
obviously.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was
What were you
gonna say, how do mind flares like detect things?
They've got eyes. You've
Oh,
seen
they
them.
do have eyes. Okay.
Yeah, they've got eyes. Mind flayers are very humanoid. They basically look like purple, like men, but with tentacle octopus faces.
They don't look like the thing in Stranger Things.
Actually, they look kind of a lot like that. That is a mind flayer, the one in season 2.
Yeah.
But the Stranger Things is not very accurate with like power levels, I don't think. Obviously, a mind flayer is nowhere near equal to Demogorgon.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like how noticeable are you?
Oh, they look
Um,
like the Ood.
Yeah. Kind of. In terms of how noticeable are you, it's pretty obvious that a dwarven frigate has approached the island, come to the island, and is now sort of like going beneath the island and getting away. it's probable that it's dropped someone off at some point as it's like come along the island, but it's not like definite. It stopped here. It dropped off 5 people. They are now hiding in this building, sort of thing. It's if
Something
anyone
might be
was
there.
looking, there is probably people on the island. In terms of you guys actually landing, you get a pretty clear look at this building here. It's not too difficult to tell what exactly it is. While it's been abandoned for a very long time, until very recently, this place was very well taken care of, actually. So it's fairly easy to see that at one point this was some sort of like shipwrights. There's is lumber here. There is like half constructed like small fishing vessels.
How intelligent are mind flayers? Like, do they value
Very.
surround? Oh, they are. Okay. Do they value like land and like have like have their own
For
set of values?
that, I will allow you to make a history check.
Okie dokie.
Or Arcana, whichever is no history.
Yeah, same anyway. 16.
16, sure. You can't exactly speak for the mind flayers of this world. You only know a little bit. I think that some of your knowledge would probably come from like notes that you read when you used to own Virtue's like journal, and he would like collect things of various historical sources. Mind flayers have always been kind of enigmatic. They normally live down on the surface, and while they do have territories and like cities of their own, they are more known for trying to gather slaves. Mind flayers are known for growing a large force of various creatures that they use their powers to dominate the minds of creatures and bend them to their will. But they don't tend to like invade places and be like, this is our house now. They tend to like raid places and take people. Or more accurately, they would send their supplicants or their thralls to go and raid and kidnap in their place so they don't risk themselves. But you would know that mind flayers are human intelligence or greater.
Cool.
On the note of the ruins, you said that it looks like it's been in good shape until relatively recently.
Yeah.
What kind of damage has the building sustained? What kind of what are we talking about? Like, is it like it's being like bombed, or is it just being like someone's come along and trashed the place?
So I say relatively recently, as in you would know from the history of this place that sort of like 1,000 odd years ago, this place was abandoned. These ruins don't look 1,000 years old. They look maybe 20 years old.
So they're not covered in moss.
Yeah.
They're not like
And
completely overgrown like Roman ruins. They're like old, like poorly maintained houses from like, the Victorian era.
Okay.
Sort of, that's your sort of like weird. This should be in much worse condition than it is. But no, you don't see signs of a fight at this particular building.
It's just one that's over time has fallen into disrepair.
But it's crumbled far less than it probably should have. Someone has made some attempt at preserving this place.
And does that, if we look at other buildings next to it, do they look in similar kind of situation, similar disrepair?
This one in particular seems to be in significantly worse condition. This one, however, does seem to be in a similar sort of disrepair.
Right. Okay, I think if we've all gotten off, I think maybe we go to the shipwrights first and try and work out why it's not as ruined as we were expecting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Try and work out.
Sure. like you guys have landed right next to the ship, right? And like I'm assuming you're sort of like taking cover in the shade of the building anyway. You can take some time to make investigation checks, whoever wants to, in order to see what you can glean from this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where's my investigation? Ooh, here we go. Roll
I've
high.
got
We like
expertise,
try
I can do
and try and look to see if anything's been left behind that we would be able to use to figure out who was there before they left.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 19.
Right,
Okay.
what we roll in investigation. 20.
Oh,
20. Okay. Yeah. So we're looking at some very high checks from you guys then. So what you would find is actually there is a very small amount of it, but there appears to be tools here like hammers and nails, which appear to be like dust hasn't really settled on them. They've been used within the last couple of days, and it appears as though someone has been trying to actively maintain this place.
Okay.
Although,
So someone who isn't a mind flayer has been here very recently.
yeah, within the last couple of days.
So,
or someone. We don't know. The mind players might have had thralls doing it.
how long ago was the calamity?
2,000 years, I believe.
Okay, cool.
This place was abandoned 1,000 plus years ago.
Sure.
Most of the stories about Aegis and his party were from the like first 100 years after the calamity, but they didn't disappear for a very long time.
Can I check to see if there's any like footprints to work out numbers or anything like that?
At this building? Yeah, make a survival check for me. I
Okay.
think Risu, I would ask you if you are like if this is something that Risu would be interested in as well. I would ask her to do it as well because she's the ranger.
21.
Oh, you might not need to.
Yeah, I don't.
I also have
Okay.
very good survival.
Yeah. 21. Yeah, you only find a single set of footprints.
Can I make out what kind of footprints are? They're humanoid?
They seem humanoid. They're very large, larger than any like human. Someone maybe 8 or 9 feet tall.
So how tall are mind flares on average?
They're about the same size as humans, really. Maybe a bit
A
taller.
little bit bigger.
Yeah, not much though.
Oh, okay,
Not like
much.
the size these would be considered, I think.
Baby ogres.
Kind of small for an ogre.
Yeah. It'd be anything like in between. A Goliath, maybe.
Yeah, it's about Goliath size.
But that's about it. Just one set of footprints. Goliath in size. And that's it. Nothing else. Okay.
Yep. Seems
Which
to-
direction do they lead off in?
That's the curious thing. They don't. They there seems to be humanoid footprints and like marks in the dust where a person appears to have stepped, and they lead off just out onto the road and then they stop.
Is there anything around where they stop that can indicate some kind of other movement?
Yeah,
Not at this age, I don't believe.
so there's not
Okay.
other footprints around that were
Some-
that are nearby
I mean, like-
where those tracks ended.
There is sort of like an irregularity to the footprints, like they sort of broke into maybe a run as they like got to the road, but then yeah, the footprints just like stop. There is suddenly no more footprints.
Right. Okay. Odd.
Mm.
I think at the moment we're in a good situation. Shall we move to see if we can find what's actually happening on this island? We've found obviously mind flayers, but then there's a gnome-like ship. So maybe we should start trying
There
to investigate
is-
further into the island.
Another building there which seems to be in a similar state, or this one which appears to be much more in disrepair.
We can try both if you want, guys.
Yeah, real quickly.
Yeah, let's see how much we can
Yeah.
gather.
Do you want me
So
to-
do you want to do it split? So like
Split up a lot
We're literally like
Yeah, they're right next to each
we're
other,
like
aren't they?
10,
You don't need to
10,
worry.
15 feet away from each other at best.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's going to be problematic. So,
I mean,
Right.
remember, this is a map of the whole island. That's not the squares aren't 5 feet. The distance between like this building and this building isn't 10 feet. It's
still
a
in-
distance. It's within range of one another.
If
Like
someone
shouting
screamed, you would hear it.
range.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
close enough to run in case anything happens.
It'd be like
Okay.
you'd get there in a couple of rounds if there was a problem.
Yeah.
so yeah, it's not problematic.
Right. Me and Ott both rolled really well then.
Oh wow!
So-
So which ones are you going to?
Shall we go to one each and then we can use those rolls?
Yeah, I suppose we should have said that we were going to do that before we rolled.
Yeah, let's
sure
just
Yeah.
pretend we did that off
Yeah.
camera.
I was going to say I'll go with. I'll move
This
with the-
smells of metagame.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
just gonna say,
what did you
either-
say, Logan? Only with the DM's consent.
Oh my god.
Either way, I'm going to move with
Off. Take one of Nick's spell slots now.
Oh,
7
I'll,
ones.
I'll move
My
with
teleportation.
Hjarkin and
Okay.
do another like I did before, a check to see numbers.
Which building?
Which one were you moving to?
I'll go to the
we
smaller
go to the
one
new-
since I'm on my own by the sounds of it.
okay.
Well,
I'll
no,
go
it didn't
to
say no. That's why I said
Damaged
if
or undamaged?
we going. Do you want to do damage or undamaged Hjarkin?
let's go to the damaged one because we already looked at an undamaged one.
All right. Well, I'll check to
So
see
we
if I
can
can
find
see like numbers of people there.
Yeah.
22 for that. Survival.
What was that you were making? Sorry.
Survival. Checking to see if there's any footprints and numbers can make
Okay.
out from that.
Well, first things first, when you reach the damaged property, there's some very obvious signs of battle. Scorch marks appear to be from like some minor fire spells, probably like a firebolt or something. Like splintered wood from where like things have slammed into the wood, and like gouges in like bricks and stuff where things have slashed with considerable force. And you find the bodies of two fairly interesting creatures. You would recognize what both the creatures are. One of them is a mind flayer, and another one is a gif. Although this one
dead, I
seems to be, yeah, they're both dead. Seem to have been hit with quite significant bludgeoning force. The gif seems to be significantly worse equipped than most of the gif you've ever seen. Most of the gif you've seen under Zernas's employ, rather.
Right. Both are dead though.
Oh yeah, both are dead.
Can we work out how long they've been dead for?
Sure. Make another survival check for me.
Oh, and that's got the time. 16.
They died within the last 24 hours is probably the best you can get.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So,
wow.
relatively
Recent
recent.
then.
Still
But
one.
it's hard to get an exact time.
Is there a way of figuring out how long ago these signs of battle on the property seem to have been?
That
Were
will
they,
be,
ancient.
I would
past?
say like these are relatively new as well,
I
alongside this
would-
battle.
I would have included that really in like your survival check there. These
Okay.
signs of battle are from the fight where
So
this
they're
mind flayer
fresh
and Gif
then.
died.
Any other clues about the building that we can make out? Is there anything that
This building is significantly more ruined than the other one. It's a little bit harder to tell what exactly, if any, purpose it had. It was possibly housing. There is a bed, although it's long since rotten and fallen apart.
Okay. So we've got most of the information we could probably get from here, but we know that seems the GIF have already been either dealt with or being dealt with as we speak.
hmm
So might be-
Can we see footprints, other footprints apart from the ones from these two around the building, and where they came from or went?
So, given that you previously found the footprints at the shipwrights, I will say that you are able to pick up the same undisturbed footprints at this building, the larger of the two buildings. which it appears that at one point this was like an old abandoned smithy. The forge is long since abandoned. All of the tools have been taken away, and when the people evacuated from this place, but there is still a large empty forge there. There, are signs that there has been someone wandering around making attempts to maintain this place, and again, the same footprints break into a run, vanish as soon as they hit the street.
I bet they've
This
been
place-
here. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
This place, the much more damaged one, if such footprints are found, if someone was making an attempt to maintain this building, those footprints have kind of been muddled by the battle, and it's just not possible to really tell whether that's the case here.
Talking of the more ruined building, from my survival check, was I able to glean other footprints going to and from that building? Say, like the GIF and the Mind Flayer, like their footprints coming to the building or going from the building?
Yes, actually, you would see quite a significant number of footprints of varying sizes. Not just humanoid in size from the Mind Flayer and the GIF, but also significantly smaller, quadrupedal, like maybe the size of a dog, and enormous bipedal, like something the size of an ogre, heading north.
Heading north towards the
Keep.
And
well, in that vague direction.
So they seem to like move towards the keep. Have they came from the harbour?
Yes, they will have come from that direction and moved towards the keep.
So
yes.
they've gone from south to north via like the buildings, and that's pretty clear to see.
It will have been that vague direction, yes.
Okay. I point that out to people, and like I'm pretty certain that going north will lead to definite clashes, and it's probably where we want to be moving to anyway. Might find pockets in the south, but I don't think there's going to be much.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably best we take over the keep first, secure it, and then check the rest of the island for any other mind flares.
Yeah, might be the wisest decision.
Like, I'm sure we'll probably come across on the way as we go there.
Okay.
I bet the person who's been maintaining these buildings has been living here for a couple 100 years and is going to try and lay claim to Yarkin's land.
We shall see. Smiley face.
Gonna have an epic duel
I know. I worry about trying to
claim Hayar Kingdom.
I worry about trying to
Hayar Kingdom.
Jokingly guess and just ruin your plan.
I think you just did by the sounds of it.
Sometimes I worry that I've done that.
Look, worst case scenario, you say something that's better than what I had in mind, and I frantically changed my notes to match what you said.
I'm fine with that if you do that, as long as I'm not like destroying your well thought out process.
No.
Wants the credit.
Yeah.
I want credit.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think it's probably best we move north. So gather everyone
north,
up
yep.
to head
We
towards
can
the northern.
stick to the wall there and then use those buildings
Yes.
as
So
a kind of
Logan
defense on
can
the way.
commission me to write a D&D campaign.
Like going this way, you mean?
Yeah, go this
I
way.
commission
hug-
you
hug
for
that
shit.
wall
You're
there,
writing the next one anyway.
and then come over there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So, these appear to be old abandoned like watchtowers that sort of looked out over the township outside of the keep area. Behind them are large sort of barracks, again fallen into disrepair. I think particularly like by the barracks you would also find signs of battle, and we'll say you find one of the much larger monster corpses here, as well as the corpse of another couple of mind flayers. This much larger monster, you can tell from its pale skin, it's most likely from the surface, but it seems to be something very strange. It's about the size of an ogre, but with these sort of very long, claws, where its hands, the rest of its body appears to be, flesh and muscle, but its hands become skeletal and end in these extremely long claws.
Logan,
It doesn't seem like a natural creature.
I was
Hello.
going to say, is this something Yolia might have seen before? In a certain area?
much larger. This doesn't seem undead, though. It's very strange. It's unnatural, as though something created this creature.
But it's
Whereas,
not. It's not the same
it's
as
not
those creatures.
No, it's not the nasty calamity zombified dwarves from the Valley of the Dead.
Does it invoke images of that?
It does kind of invoke a similar, like, long claws, pale, like, feral creature, but this is much larger. And, like, this thing's hands are skeletal, like, just exposed bone with these large, like, elongated fingers that end in sharp tips.
I keep a very wide berth of that thing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
There is a noticeable look of worry and fear in my expression as we come across that thing, and probably spot it and then take like 10 paces back before realizing it is actually dead.
But I think if Yolia, depends like how much investigation into this creature Yolia would like to do given her discomfort. I think if she did any sort of thorough investigation, she would determine that these are different creatures. They just look a bit similar.
Yeah, it'd probably just be more of a like keeping a distance and just trying to work it out from a distance to see if it, how much it resembles that. Still uneasy, even after working out it's not the same. But yeah, I think carry on from that. Probably through
Continue
up to
north?
these ones. Probably go like this, then here, and there, and then up to the
Okay.
peak, like that,
Well,
I guess.
The next building you come to is stables. And again, sort of signs of battle. Here, you, amongst some GIF corpses, you would also find what was probably the source of those much smaller quadrupedal prints. A real weird-looking creature. It appears to just be a very large human brain with 4 legs coming out of it, ending in like clawed paws.
Oh,
Wow, that is
Sounds
weird.
like the thing
that's
from
gross.
Toy Story.
Nah.
Yeah. And they are gross.
Yeah,
that the
like
thing
a
from
Toy
Toy
Story
Story?
abomination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. It was like a spider.
And
with a head on it.
here's Sarah,
Yeah.
the mega Resi fan, like, it's normal. No reaction of like, oh, that's gross. It's just like,
Yeah.
I've seen worse. Creepy
Dead
baby from
Space.
8.
No, Dead Space.
Oh, let's see if I can find.
Yeah, the babies from Dead Space.
I guess.
Yeah.
Blow up when you get too
Yeah.
close.
The ones that scream and then just charge towards you and explode.
That's an image of what I'm describing here.
Ew.
He's
That's
a
cute.
puppy.
That is.
Oh, he's so
That's-
cute.
That is
But yeah,
gross.
these things like appear to be
Um,
kind of mashed, like
can
they've
they-
just been like whacked and slammed against a wall.
Can they be tamed? Hayakin wants one as a pet.
I mean,
No.
When he gains control of the keep again, can
you
I,
give
can
him
I try and tame one?
clothes. It won't be too bad.
Is it
Give him a
squidgy?
little coat like what people give dogs.
A little top hat.
What's weird
Hello.
is it's
a
all
cape.
muscle and claw.
Muscle and
Because
claw.
technically the brain is also just a muscle.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
It's, you are
Squishy
technically
muscle.
correct. The best kind
Best
of correct.
kind, yeah.
I don't know enough about biology to debate you here.
Is it really clever considering like 90% of its body is just brain?
Oh no, what? Do you want to pull up the goddamn stat block of this monster that you're about to fight?
I was gonna say it's also got like lots of grooves and stuff, so it would be.
It would be very clever.
It's
a
not
very
smooth
wrinkly,
brained, yeah.
very wrinkly
Yeah, I was gonna
brain.
say
wow.
because obviously,
Yeah.
if you think about a dolphin's brain, is huge, but it's not very wrinkly.
It is relatively intelligent.
Can we do an IQ check?
No. Anyway, Is there anything else about this
tell you it's
building?
larger than a human brain. Yeah,
Wow.
this again. This one appears to be like scorched with like signs of magic. I think as you're traveling, traveling further north, you are getting the idea that these fights are becoming more and more recent.
Does
This last one,
More recent. The last one was only 24 hours ago, right?
well, yeah, this last one was probably within the last 2 or 3 hours.
Wow. Sounds like we arrived at just the right time to avoid
Is-
all this.
Is there more and more death as we go, or is it like the same amount of
Yeah,
bodies?
I was just about to ask. Does it seem like the numbers are thinning out? Like there's less and less?
It's there seems to be sort of a gradual sort of thinning of the herd, but the numbers aren't significantly reduced by this point. There still seems to be a lot of them,
Can we
and
work
as
out
well,
numbers?
you can get vague numbers. Maybe a couple of dozen remaining, like
Okay.
20, 30.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought.
At this point, that's how many like tracks are leading away from this.
Can we
Do
hear
the-
anything? I know we can't see anything happening, but from
Yeah,
like towards
actually,
the keep,
is
can
there,
we
is there
hear
any is there any
movement or
noise?
anything?
Being how far away you are from the thing, can
Yeah.
we hear anything now?
Would
I'll be able to
You
like.
can
Would
make
Yo, you be able to
a-
pick anything else with a sharp?
I would allow you to make a perception check with advantage for Yoli because it's based on hearing.
Okay, come on. Oh, a natural 20. You said perception for a total of 23.
So the
Fortunately, she's not O'Malley
Okay.
mate
Not 20.
perceptive.
So, yes, actually, it's very distant. However, there does appear to be you sort of just like barely hear the roar of a monster far to the northeast, which
Ooh.
you could possibly surmise is from one of those larger creatures you saw.
You said to the northeast,
Northeast, yeah.
like past the keep, or like in the keep. Kind of.
Maybe the far end of the keep, maybe
by-
on the
by
other
the
side
lake?
of the keep, by the lake. It's difficult to gauge the exact thing because you're like still pretty
Quite-
far away.
Quite a while. Okay.
You're at the point where you can sort of get a decent view of the fountain-ish.
After obviously picking up on the noise, I obviously let everyone know like there's still fighting. It's coming from from over like point over towards the northeast. I've done and explained. Yeah, I don't know if it's inside the keep or if it's on the other side. I think if we hook around to like this side so we can see past onto the northeast inside the keep, and then if we can't see anything out into this direction, we hook to the keep itself.
So, whereabouts are you planning on going right now?
So like, one sec. So like, from where we are, like, hawk around like that, and if nothing, like there.
I'm not.
That makes sense?
Okay. Okay, so going around the fountain.
Yeah, we go around the fountain, see what's up here, and if we can't see any fighting or anything near like the lakeside, which would be the northeast of the castle,
Okay.
then go into the thing. Let me just.
One thing I will say, sort of as you get to this sort of like far end of the stables and like finish investigating that and like begin looking out towards the fountain, you would probably notice some movement of creatures at the fountain, but it's not a lot of them. It's a pretty small amount.
Okay.
Do they notice us?
What creatures are
Not
they?
yet. You're pretty far away. It's hard to tell from this distance. If you want to keep your distance and try
should
and like
we-
be
should-
stealthy, because like
should
this
we
isn't
stealth?
this isn't flat land. You are traveling up a hill.
Okay.
towards the keep. So, like, it's uneven terrain. You can keep low and try and keep out of sight as you, like, make like wide berth around and try and get to the keep.
Now, is it worth us killing the guys before we go in? Because if we go in and start making more of a hassle, they're more likely to come in behind us if they hear noise, right?
We don't know exactly where they are at the fountain. We just know that they're at the fountain. What I'm pointing out is the fact that I can hear noises up, to the northeast. Is that here, or is it here in the keep? That's what I'm trying. That's why I'm like, let's go to like hook around to here so we can try and see what's over here.
I will say, since you got a nat 20, it's likely not any further than the lake. It's maybe the far side of the keep, like straight north of you now, or it's at the lake, like the near side of the lake.
Yeah, which is
It's one
why I
of those
think
two.
if we move to like here, we can see anything happening at the lake, and if it ain't there, then it's obviously in the keep, and we can move into the keep.
Man, Logan, you gotta put some contour lines on these maps. I didn't know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez. How's about you do the next campaign, huh?
Just trolling.
I want to see them in full 3D.
I hate all of you.
Can you import it into Google Earth?
I hate all of you. Next campaign is going to be Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm literally just going to pull maps from like satellite view of Telford.
You are
There'll be a
stabbed
bunch
by a
of
chav.
vampires living in Telford.
Anyway, so yeah, are we gonna sneak around to get to here first, and then decide what we're doing?
So I'm just picturing a crack addict lobbing a pipe at you.
Do you mind?
I was going to say all the drug dens in Sutton Hill are actually vampire lairs.
That'd be great, man. I'd love to play a Vampire the Masquerade campaign set in like shitty, like semi-rural England.
Now everyone on Rob's stream knows where we are.
Oh no, you got to bleep that
It was
out.
never a
Help
secret.
yourselves.
We've been doxxed.
Wait, you didn't do like road names, did you?
No,
Okay.
No.
thankfully not.
Nah, nothing to be.
I just know what town.
Yeah.
Have to work it out from there. Can't see any outside our houses, so it makes it hard.
I cannot
Rob
wait
lives
for the
at number
first
123 Fake Street, Sutton
Damn it.
Oh
Hill.
my god, I live there too.
Oh,
Anyway.
you're my neighbour who's.
All right. So you guys are discussing being stealthy.
Are we going
Yeah.
to stealth to this point here from where we are? Being
Yeah,
that we
crawl
just
around
noticed
the
that
hill.
there's people here?
Okay.
Odd's gonna stealth anyway because he doesn't like being. The front
So-
of
Yeah,
the face.
if we're going to stealth.
This
Oh.
gives me a chance to actually do something that I've been sitting on for a couple
Oh.
of sessions now, which is an idea
Use your
behind.
inspiration, dumbass.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's something else
Uh,
that you could do, but
better.
Yeah.
Roll
Go on.
stealth as well.
anyway, something that I've been sitting on for a little while, but you guys are already rolling, is the
Oh.
way that group checks are going to work. So,
Okay.
it's going to take me a second to actually figure out what I want the DC to be. Okay. So, essentially, I'm going to set a target number, and you guys are all going to roll and add your self checks together and try and beat the target number.
Which is a
Okay.
good thing that Rob re-rolled, because we definitely
Uh,
need his stealth point
let me
amount.
roll
Especially if
So,
he
yeah,
rolls a nat
that-
1.
The idea behind this is it basically is a bit transparent for you guys, and it allows. I will allow that pass without a trace.
I've been trying to.
However-
Everyone's faster than me.
Yeah, I
Wait,
will allow
oh.
that pass without a trace, but you normally need to say it before people start rolling.
They
Oh.
rolled before.
I'm aware they started rolling just like before
Yeah.
it was really decided.
Sorry. And also, Logan, I think I can use reliable talent to not have to use my inspiration.
That is it, yeah.
Yay.
Does that work even if he rolls a nat 1?
Yes, actually.
Lower than 10.
You will count it as a 10.
Damn. Okay.
So,
So-
wait.
So if you don't want to use your inspiration, use
actually,
your...
It's too late. I've used it in that case.
Okay.
It's too late for me to change my mind.
Well, the number that you are aiming for is 90
Okay.
as a group.
28. I've done a third of it.
20,
Yeah.
29... 30... Wait, did we get past Strata Trace as well?
Yeah. So
I got a 30
spell,
I got a
mark off the spell slot.
Yeah, I got 39. So Rob's got a 42. Pretty certain just us three alone have hit it.
But the idea is this allows the people who are more stealthy to cover for like heavily armored paladin or whatever who is like trash at stealth without like completely ruining group stealth for the whole group.
23. 28. So calculator up so we can work out. 39 plus 42 plus. Did you say you got 38? Was it, Matt?
28.
Yeah, but
28 plus the 10 is 38. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we've already hit 119 just off us three, so it's fine.
So yeah, the group stealth succeeds. Sort of like to narrate this, I think like the less stealthy members would probably be like, I don't know. I think you all like do pretty well on the stealth, right? Even
With passive
IR
trace, it helps us.
being
Yeah,
less stealthy, and with Risu like casting pass without a trace, and basically like, how does pass without a trace look when Risu casts it? Like, what's the idea behind it?
I never thought about it.
I can make something up if you don't want to, but this is just a chance for you to give some flavor text.
I'd say like a green glow that around the feet to quieten the steps.
Okay.
Is it like when you use dinner bone on grass? You get the little green sparkle.
Dinner where? Dinner glow. What's that?
Dinner bone in Minecraft.
You mean bone meal? Dinner bone is the
Oh,
name
yeah.
of a person.
Yeah, when you
Or
use that guy on grass.
person's
No,
using
the
it.
bone
Yeah.
meal. Yeah.
Maybe.
Never mind.
Go for
The,
it,
the,
if
the
that helps.
I
enchantment.
was imagining more
enchantment
of like a
sparkle.
muffle spell sort of thing of like.
Yeah.
Just gonna go and get a drink and pop to the toilet.
Oh,
Be
Nick,
back
I
in
got
a sec.
50 in here.
Oh, I'll have
A
some
little
of that.
bit.
Good luck in the loo.
You'll have to pee in that
Thanks.
bottle though.
Yeah, I'll just go for a second as well.
Okay.
Oh.
I will hold off on
Are we doing a pause?
narrating that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take a 2-minute break.
The characters all pause.
Time
midair.
freezes. The
Time
world
freezes.
goes grayscale.
Do you all like the
Time
video,
freezes, but everyone's consciousness remains. They can
Yeah.
still move their eyes.
You are
You're
horrified.
frozen in midair.
Unable to move.
Go downstairs.
Do you all enjoy the video?
You
art?
hear the dungeon master's voice as he goes, I have caught you at last, adventurers. Now you are at my mercy.
It stinks.
I can picture at the end of the campaign, the whole party jumps up in the air and goes, "Yeah!" And
Yeah,
then you get a
it's a
freeze
freeze
frame.
And then time stops. You're all horrified to be stuck in the air. And you hear the dungeon master's voice and he goes, and now it's time for my master plan, adventurers.
I think Family Guy
He's
did
dead like 3 times over.
Well, oh yeah, I think Family Guy did a jump up in the air and go, "Yeah!" And then Peter Griffin's like, "How do we? What's happened?"
That does sound like a Family Guy joke.
Not that like Family Guy, but I definitely remember that.
Yeah, I hate Family Guy.
Loving these jams that
These
Luna
jams,
Bot
well.
is giving
Once
us.
once things
lessons.
get a bit more hectic, I'll have to change from the calming music.
Oh, you're gonna put the drums one on.
I don't know if we still have access to that.
Oh.
I can have a look.
That was the classic going into a battle. music.
Yeah, I like that battle music. Let's see. D&D music. Let's see. It was this one. Let me see if it still works. Nah, video isn't available anymore.
Sad.
Steaded. Yeah, as I'm pretty sure I've tried to use it since, like when we came back to using Lunabot. So we were able to use YouTube again.
How long do you think Lunabot's gonna last?
There's quite a few bots like it now. It kind of feels like things have died down.
See, it'd be good.
Rivenbot still isn't bad.
It would be good if there was a way of YouTube detecting if the person had YouTube Premium, so they could just use a Lunabot and play the music through YouTube. You know.
I mean, I do have YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
and
There you go.
I would very much like that as a perk. Because right now, all I get for YouTube Premium is not being bothered by egregious ads.
And downloading.
They
that you never
basically
play
like
to.
successfully bothered me into giving them £5.
I'm on the verge of getting YouTube Premium because I feel like I watch a sufficient amount that it warrants saving
Yeah,
30 seconds of my time.
that was basically my thing of like I don't really watch TV. I don't watch like
Yeah.
at the time I didn't watch like any Netflix or anime or anything. It was just like I watch YouTube.
I definitely
Whenever I
watch
wanna
more
watch
YouTube
something.
than Netflix.
So like it was kind of these ads are the bane of my existence, and like they're actively like making my life significantly worse. Especially like when YouTube like really stepped up and was like doing like 2 or 3 ads in a 10-minute video. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like, I
now they
can't.
do like sometimes.
And they were like unskippable, and
yeah.
like there was 2 ads in a row and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
20-second ads or 30-second ads, and you have to kind of sit through them.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
real TV.
I know
But I suppose
that was like that was the breaking point for me.
They've cornered the market for it, so I suppose they can.
It's very annoying that because I'm sure that that's why they stepped up these ads, is because they know that they've essentially got a monopoly, and like where else are you going to go, loser? So it kind of just feels like I lost. But
But I mean, how much is it a year for YouTube Premium?
it's not expensive, but it's
Yeah.
another subscription service, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
So what do you really think of Matt?
Terrible hair.
Terrible hair. Well, he hasn't done a lot this session, you know. I was expecting him to be, you know, leading the charge and be like, tally ho, friends.
He's
We
probably
must
quite
face
tired.
this mind flayer scum.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's probably quite tired from work.
I think he's AFK right now. I was trying to
Oh,
get
yeah.
a rise out of him.
He's busy petting dog.
Right. Dinky.
Stinky Matt. But he's on time today, so good on him.
Hmm.
In
Few
fact,
long time and then
everyone
just
was
left
online.
session.
by
He
7.
actually hasn't been there.
I mean, he did turn his camera off, so he could have just
Yeah.
wandered off.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Bye. Yeah, I totally got. I was totally here. Honest, guys.
I like how we're spending our entire
Yeah, I didn't expect like a 2-minute toilet break to take this long.
yeah.
I don't think Nick
maybe
needed a
Nick and
pee.
Sarah are loading up on more Chinese food.
No, I think
takeaway.
Nick's doing a number 2.
7 the deuce.
He's dropping the kids off at the pool. But so far, I've done a fairly good job of actually predicting what combat you will actually take part in.
How do you mean?
Well, so coming to like a big open map with potentially combat all over the island that you could get into means that I have to create a theoretically infinite number of battle maps, and I'm not going to do that. So far, things where I was like, no, they're probably not going to go that way. I'm not going to waste time making a battle map for that. We'll
You
just
actually make a
figure
map?
something out. Yeah, I've had to for this island.
So could you
Unfortunately, it's
not
really
make
long.
the grid way smaller, like basically more squares on the screen, and then just fill the map again? Or I don't know how.
Yes.
lets you do.
Like, I can do
'Cause-
it right now.
Because in that case, you could just plop things onto a map, and yeah, say if a current square is
Look,
4
I could
squares
make
wide or
it
something.
5 kilometers per square if you want it, instead of 5 feet. It's not 5 kilometers per square, but I can change the
if you
scale on
yeah
that.
to place tokens down, I mean, then they land in a actual
Smaller
reasonable spot.
area.
Yeah.
Maybe it
'Cause
would
then
be
you're just
on
zooming in.
roll
It's easier.
20's thing. I can make the thing larger. The problem is with making the canvas larger, it also will make roll 20 laggier.
Oh, does
Like
it?
this is a 50 by 75 canvas.
Yeah, my roll 20 is always laggy anyway because it
Yeah,
just becomes laggy
I don't
when
want to
OBS
make
is
that
running.
worse. I normally already make maps larger to be 50 by 50 because 25 by 25 is tiny. I found.
Yeah. But I think the experience for everyone else should be better than it is for me because for some reason OBS just makes it bad. But I don't seem to mind too
I
much.
could do cell width of 0.25. Let's try that. Save settings. See?
Yeah,
That
that's
is
alright.
made each cell 0.25.
That's not terribly laggy. It's not awful.
That
and you can place tokens
so
down.
that has essentially just made the squares smaller. It hasn't actually increased the size of the canvas.
Oh, okay. But
I've
if
never
you-
tried doing that before, but yes.
If you dropped a
To answer your
token
question,
down,
it is possible. Let's drop good old Hammock IDK.
yeah.
I said, let's drop good old Hammock IDK. There he is.
Yay.
Can you
Because in
control
theory,
that?
then you could just do little combats that way.
Or do I have to make it so you can control that?
Oh, yeah.
God damn, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
we can
squares now.
control that.
But then it makes sense
Is everyone
for...
back?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, we're back.
Welcome back.
Is Matt back?
So, yep.
Yeah.
Matthias Mavington has
His name isn't
returned.
Matt Black.
Did we miss anything?
Wait. Is
Uh,
oh,
no,
no,
no.
we waited for you guys.
Oh,
Matt
thank
Black.
you.
So what we were about to say was narrating your group stealth check, which you guys absolutely smash. So yeah, I like the idea that sort of Risu cast this spell, and as long as you remain within like, I feel like it emanates like this big green sort of ring within. Sorry, I feel like it emanates this sort of big green ring, and as long like within whatever it is, 30 feet of Risu, and as long as you remain within those 30 feet, then like your footsteps are silent or near to silent, and that like makes being stealthy a lot easier and gives you like a lot more options for like traveling through like bushes and stuff where normally there'd be like the rustling of leaves or whatever that might give away your position. So you're able to like keep out of sight a lot better that way. So sort of like keeping low, sticking to like while the buildings have had some maintenance, obviously like the landscape itself hasn't had any maintenance, so like the grass is all like massively overgrown and is probably like shoulder height on Op being a little halfling anyway, so like, you're able to keep to taller grass, keep to like overgrown shrubbery and like crawl through it, and it's not super quick if you're planning on making a wide arc around the fountain. What you will see is, I think, like at one point, we'll say Risu is fairly perceptive. Like at one point, while Risu is like directing and like guiding, like I don't know, Hyarkin to come to her where there's like a safe spot, she takes a glance over to the fountain, and she sees like this mind flayer who's sort of like bent over, looking into the fountain and like reaching for something in the fountain. Or placing something in the fountain.
Can I look harder?
Go on, make a perception check.
Strain your eyes.
Tell us what your elf eyes see.
Orb eyes.
It's purse.
Is that a Lord of the Rings reference?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never seen it.
Hey.
I'll use lucky because that's dumb.
No, you get a 9.
Ah.
Oh,
I hate this game.
Oh. I enjoy
wait,
your
can't
suffering.
I help her out and give her an extra roll? I can't remember.
No,
what
it's
the
too
thing
late.
was.
You want to give her advantage with looking, but how are you going to give her advantage at looking? at something?
No, he has a thing. Well,
No,
he has a
there's
couple of
something-
things.
The selection
Um,
I can do. Bonus action.
You have like
thing.
bend luck, I think, where you can add like a D4 or something to their roll. Or I'm not sure if Tides
No,
of Chaos
there
can
was-
affect other people. It can definitely affect yourself. But I would look at those two abilities on your class page.
No, it doesn't say anything about anyone else on Tides of Chaos.
Yeah. Bend luck, you can increase someone else's thing, but I think
That
it's only a
must have been what I was
D4.
thinking about. Yeah, never mind. It's not that important.
Okay.
You
Wow.
sure? Hmm.
Starting at 6.
Might be.
Hold on. Using wild.
You guys are currently about here.
Well, I can
Hold
go.
on. Let me just read what Ben does. I might use it. Yeah, 1d4. So
Yeah.
it might only give you an extra 1.
I don't think it's enough.
No.
If I go closer, maybe I'll have
Yeah.
better
I
luck.
would. You would
Are
still
we-
be under the effects of your Pass Without a Trace spell. If you wanted to try and make a stealth check to come closer.
Yeah.
Whereabouts have we moved to where our pip is, yeah?
Yeah.
Can I see out onto towards the lake?
I will allow you to make another perception check.
Go on, let's see if I can roll good enough.
We do party perception checks.
No.
That is I'm pretty certain a 16. 13 plus 3, I think it is. Yeah, 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay. You definitely are able to, from this perspective of like fewer obstacles between you, catch like movement by the lake. There appears to be creatures there, but it's difficult to tell exactly what it is.
It's just movement.
You know,
Okay.
there's like obstacles, there's, you know, trees and overgrown bushes and grass, and you're like trying to keep low and keep out of sight yourself.
Okay. Have you pointed out to everyone else that you want to move over towards the fountain?
Hmm.
So,
Well, yeah, Risu was looking at moving closer to the fountain to get a better look at what's happening. But that's
maybe
up to you, Sarah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I think we all move then towards that.
Okay.
I
Then-
pointed out. I'll point out, like, yeah, there is definitely movement by the lake, so we know that there's definitely stuff that way. But if you're seeing some dodgy shit going on by the fountain, we can go to the fountain first.
Okay. If you're all moving as a group, I won't make you all re-roll stealth because group stealth is a little bit cumbersome. I will just keep your previous 114, was it, from group stealth?
170 in total.
170 in total. Jesus Christ, hang on.
Wow.
70. Okay. That's an average of 34. So that's deific levels of stealth. So yeah, you are able to come significantly closer to the. You can essentially come as close as you want to the fountain without being noticed with that level of stealth. Where you can get a better view, and I think like Risu taking like a brief moment to like ascend into the branches of like a tree that's sort of like grown a little bit too near to the fountain. You're able to get like a better view up to the top where this is happening. Yeah, there appears to be a mind flayer who is placing these large purple leeches, tadpoles. Each one is probably, I don't know, a sort of inch or two long and sort of like half an inch wide. These like big, fat, like purple leeches. And yeah, he appears to be putting them into this fountain. And as he does so, the water of the fountain goes from being sort of like this pure water to like a much more brackish sort of grey gel sort of substance.
he's poisoning the water.
And you can see as well around the Mind Flayer, the area is patrolled by a small amount of things. There's probably another 2 gift there, and probably 2 of the sort of small brain dog things. And they appear to be patrolling around, keeping an eye on this Mind Flayer.
Logan,
Hello.
mind flayers.
Yes,
You understand what they are, yes?
I am quite aware of what a Mind Flayer is.
It sounds really weird. Is there any way you can come to a diplomatic solution with a mind flayer, or is it always going to be like fuck you, fuck everything, fuck this life?
They are intelligent.
Okay, got
They
you.
are of human intelligence or greater. However, they are evil creatures by
Yeah.
nature. So, yes, you can have a conversation with a Mind Flayer. Yes, you can make a deal with a Mind Flayer. However, Mind Flayers categorically are bent towards the destruction or enslavement of all mortal creatures. That
Okay,
is the goal
I
they
got
are
you.
aiming for.
Carry on, I guess then.
So, as Risha pointed out, that this what this mind player is doing.
Yeah, I think everyone can see.
Okay, that's probably not a good thing. I think we need to try and get rid of this and then move up to the fountain.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can get to sort of as close as you need to within like 60 feet of the fountain. I don't have a battle map for this, so if you wanted to get into a combat, I'll have to quickly mock something off. I just create a new page. Yeah. And I'll just put you guys on this blank page. 1 second.
Oh, are we dead?
Yeah, you're all dead. Rip.
This is purgatory. Welcome. We have to now
Yeah,
spend the next 6
welcome.
sessions playing in this environment.
Let's just get a lovely
Golden
blue
Gate.
triple. There's your fountain. And fill. That's a circle. Don't want. Oh shit. No! I suck at this so bad.
Get Sarah to draw it.
Wait, so why don't you just place us on the grid?
I can place you on the grid. I'm more trying to like give you a mock-up of what things will actually look like.
I just meant on the other map.
Yeah, fair. We can try that. We can try
Yeah,
that.
I was just thinking maybe it'll work.
Since it's a smaller grid, it's never going to be perfect anyway. Let's just try that then. Screw it.
For funsies.
Place everyone on the grid. God, this is going to be a zoomed-in fight. Eolia,
Wait,
and
are we on the grid?
you should be
Not
by
yet.
the fountain, or coming onto the fountain.
No, we're still in the white
I
sheet.
could just see blue circles changing shape.
I can
And
see
more,
all
more
of
and
your
more of
characters
them
there.
appearing.
You haven't changed it.
I can only see art.
Logan.
Yeah, give Logan a chance.
I
What
can
do
see
you? You're
art.
literally all there for me.
Yeah, what I mean
You
is that
haven't shown us the layer.
you haven't swapped the layers.
There's just
Oh.
loads of blue circles everywhere.
You're right. Sorry, you guys are still on that one. Let's
Mhm.
put you back on Fort Celia. My mistake.
Oh, there we are.
What's
There you all
the
are.
party emote? Is
Yeah.
that our spot?
Sure, that's where the party is. I like that. Where'd you steal that from, Rob?
Did you not notice? thought
I
it was
saw
on
it.
our
I
side.
didn't. I wasn't zoomed in enough to see what it actually was
Oh, right.
previously.
Yeah, I thought it's better than it's nicer than a little red blob.
Yeah.
Party.
I just
Oh.
need to quickly grab a token for. Let's grab a mind flare. Let's grab.
This
My-
place is fucking huge.
My mute key is just broken. I don't know why.
That.
So I'm
and
having to
that.
manually unmute.
Let's just grab them, and I will move back to Fort Celia. And oh god, I'm so zoomed in. Oh god, they're all the wrong size.
Holy
Oh, these
shit.
guys are huge.
Oh no.
God damn.
Hey, you know that automatic quote generator? I think it was right.
Mhm.
Instant death. That's why, because you made them like 10 times the size.
They're enormous.
And now they're tiny.
Hmm.
We can
All right,
stomp
quick.
on them like
Go and,
ants.
go and step on them quick before it changes.
Don't step on me.
Steppy. No step on
Step on
snap.
me, mind flayer.
Step on me.
Hello, mind flare, san. So whenever I click on one of these guys, the border around them for like manipulating their size is larger than the token itself. Okay. Sure. Let's go with that. This isn't going to be perfect, but it's fine for the purposes of this. It's only a small combat. You guys have yourselves to do with as you please.
I can't actually collect myself.
You should be able to, question mark. Represents... Ah, weird. Hang on. Represents Yolia.
Okay.
There we go.
Settings. Let me just go to Yolia's character sheet a second and edit that. Default token. Remove. Use selected token. There we go. Okay. Your health bars.
I know.
I might just make those invisible if I were you.
How'd you do that?
What? I'm not
What,
seeing it.
health
I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, it's something you won't be able to see because it's only something that.
Oh, okay. It's only
There's
visible
like
for
a
me and
DM
Alex.
view.
I thought it was always visible for everyone. No.
No, I've never
yeah,
seen a
Alex
health bar.
always tracks his health on his character token.
Oh.
If you double click on it, there's 3 different attributes you can put in.
Oh, token bars. Yeah, value
Yeah.
max.
And then
Right.
there's an aura one as well for if you have
Yeah.
like anything with auras.
Oh, okay.
Which is handy for a couple of things. Well, Risu flies directly into the middle of the fountain.
Oh, it doesn't.
She is spotted by
Really?
everyone.
Oh,
Look
that's how
right.
we could do the
Yeah,
30-foot, whatever.
I've considered that before.
I just like visuals, that's all. That's why I get the little party token.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it'll look good on your stream as well.
yeah.
Be easier
I
for people to follow.
can make it visible to everyone, but I already thought it was visible to everyone. But I guess it's only visible to the person who put it in. Anyway,
What?
What, the health bars?
yeah,
Can you see mine? Because I've just
I can
set it
see
up.
yours. Yeah, it says 8 ...
Yeah, the font's too big.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because we're working on a weird size map here.
Yeah, so
Never mind.
Normally, you'll be able to see it perfectly fine.
Anyway,
Get rid of it.
I suppose we're gonna have to roll initiative, aren't we?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If I just pull up the initiative tracker. Yep, there's nothing in there currently. Let's just add the Mind Flayer, add the Intellect Devourer, add the gift.
I think I rolled and it deleted
Did
it.
you roll
Oh, well.
too soon?
Hey.
Oh,
11
take the
for the
first
Mind
one.
Flayer.
You know what, guys? It was actually working perfectly. Nothing happened.
20 for the Intellect Devourer.
Max is 14.
Oof, only a 6.
Don't let him fool you.
And 12 for the gift.
Those guys are fucking tiny.
No, you. Has everyone rolled and got in the order?
Yeah, not a good
Lord
one.
descending. Cool. Erlan is first.
We haven't.
I don't want to quite just
Oh,
jump
Sarah
into the
hasn't.
middle of them.
Matt, I
Yeah,
always have to
fair
jump
enough.
straight in. I'm always first. Enjoy.
I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility.
Is that where Risu wants to be? In fact, no, everyone has to be within 30 feet of Risu to get the stealth, so Sarah, you have to be within 30 feet of the party.
Well, I guess if no one's moved, then I better stay.
Yeah, that's just outside. You'd have to be like here for us to. Well,
Also,
here.
like, that's super visible if you are in the fountain. This is assuming you guys have, like, a surprise attack.
Who's
I-
splashing around in the fountain?
yeah, I thought this was like a roof. I was above the roof.
No, this is open air.
Okay.
I guess
it's
I'm.
just
I'd
water
It's
just
like
say,
up on, like, a raised platform.
I was gonna say. I guess what I'm gonna be where I'm staying still, and then I'll move them from there.
Sure.
I got the movement to get in, but I'm also like really far down the fucking order, so it doesn't really matter.
So,
Yeah, you need
Also,
to move me up.
reset the thing because Sarah didn't roll.
there we go. You have a 14 in it, and Taito has a 17.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Matt, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility.
Sick.
So, and with
I'll
my
allow you to
movement-
immediately make a stealth check with advantage then.
Awesome.
Technically, you have the bonus from Passive Art Trace still, so that's 33.
Cool. I'm then going to move up a bit closer to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I need to check. Just wait. Snap center. Yeah, that's my movement. I'm going to basically like hide kind of just underneath
Like
the
there.
railing. Yeah, so I can
Okay.
basically just
So
try and
long
get
as
this
you
guy.
are within 30 feet, so you're right on the edge of the spell for Sarah. So as long as you remain within 30 feet of Risu, you keep the plus 10. To your
I think
stealth.
without the spell, I'm going to be alright, to be honest.
Yeah, but right now you are like stood face to face with this like
No, I'm
lightly
invisible,
armored-
though. I'm
yeah,
hid underneath, like...
lightly armored
yeah.
GIF, and he just has no idea that you're there.
Awesome. Alright, my turn's over. Next turn.
Okay. Intellect Devourer number 1 has no idea that there's any problems. Moves on. Taito.
Taito will just stay with me for now.
Okay. Ot.
What's 30 feet? So I can go over there. Ot's also gonna do what Erland did and hide behind the railing, but of the opposite. Wait. Okay. Yeah, it's there. Please. Thank you. And ready in action if something comes within 5 feet. Go smash with Boreal Blade.
Okay. Sure. Sarah, it's your turn.
No one's attacked yet, I guess.
You're all being cowards right now.
Going all guns blazing, Sarah.
No.
That's Fireball.
There's a fucking mind flayer in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I
Just
think
on
that's.
here.
I think memories of Nick getting absolutely fucking domed.
Yeah,
is
shall I
kind
just
of at the forefront.
run? I'm just going to run back to the ship.
Okay, you don't feel fear anymore. You promised
yeah.
me.
True. I'm going to go splash around with them.
Okay.
But it's not my turn.
What you doing, Sarah?
Lightning.
Lightning?
Someone's gotta do something.
Cool.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
was
waiting
gonna say-
for.
I was going to say, I'm waiting for my turn.
I'm
Well,
waiting
Nick,
to cast
do you-
lightning
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was
into the
like,
water. It might electrocute
yeah, I was
it.
gonna say maybe
Lightning-
we just move up.
lightning arrow. Ooh,
Lightning
what's that do,
arrow. Yeah,
Sarah?
good one.
What's that
Okay.
do?
And that
Also,
guy.
you're doing that
So-
as Taito, so...
And what?
It's probably fine.
Does Sarah want to use a fire arrow in water?
No.
Can you explain the physics
I
of
use
that?
lightning arrow in water. Try that.
So, you'll have to remind me exactly how Lightning Arrow works. I believe you make an attack roll,
Yeah.
and then you shoot the thing, and then does the lightning affect after you shoot the thing, or?
So the next time you make a ranged weapon attack during the spell's duration, the weapon's ammunition, or the weapon itself, transforms into a bolt of lightning. Make the attack roll as normal. The target takes 4d8 lightning damage on hit, or half as much on a miss instead of the weapon's normal damage.
Okay. Whether you hit or miss, each creature within 10 feet must also make a dexterity saving throw against 2d8 lightning damage. Okay. There isn't actually any rule for, like, lightning is more powerful if you hit water with it. But I think for the sake of this, I think that's kind of cool. So I will say that the Mind Flayer, who currently like has his arm in the water, will automatically fail his dex saving throw on that. I will allow you to make the attack roll with advantage because you are taking him by surprise from stealth.
Yeah. So this is. Should I use my flame string bow attack?
Yeah.
Or does that get extra?
No, it'll be the flame string bow as normal. At least for the attack roll.
Okay.
29 hits, definitely. And I just need to quickly look at the exact wording of the spell again, because I don't know whether it overwrites the flame string bows thing. Lightning arrow, blah, 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 transforms to volume, target takes 48. Okay, so roll 48, and that will be the damage for the lightning. First of all, as, like, Risu, like, breaks cover, flies into the air, and launches a bolt of lightning from her bow, which, like, impacts square into this like Mind Flayer's chest, dealing 22 damage to it. Then it cannot succeed on the dexterity saving throw, so it will automatically fail that and take another 2d8 lightning damage. I also need to roll for the 2 GIF and the Intellect Devourer that are next to it. You just give me a moment. I'll do the Intellect Devourer first. This thing's dead as shit. It does not have a great dex save, I believe. Big +2 for the dex save. 13 plus 2 is 15. Your save DC as a ranger is 17. So the Intellect Devourer fails. Now for the gift. two Githyanki warriors, each making a dexterity saving throw. They have +2 as well. That is a 17 for the one. That is a success. And a definite fail for the other. That's an 11. So we will say that the one nearest to Erlan is the one that fails, and this one is the one that succeeds, as it sort of like has a moment as you fly up within its line of sight. It jumps back and gets into a defensive stance and manages to avoid the damage from that. Everything else takes... Roll an extra 2d8, please.
Mm.
From the lightning bolt arrow. I need to change the
Thank you.
music as well. Yeah. How much is that? Another 8 damage. So all of them take 8 damage. You take 8. You take 8. So 8. You take 8. You take 22 plus 8 is 30 damage. Sick. As this like mind flayer like stumbles backwards and is like stunned momentarily by the force of this bolt of lightning impacting into it. And all of the lightning radiates out and strikes most of the other creatures around the thing as well. Let me just change the music 1 second. I forgot to do it.
Such a peaceful attack. Thank you. Just dancing along to.
This
swords.
is so pleasant. There couldn't possibly be a surprise attack. Oh god, lightning!
They're just having
This is
fun
a
in the padding pool.
montage, right?
Hmm?
Do I kill all the leeches?
Yes, actually, you would.
Yeah. Suck it, leeches.
Slash play pot. There we go. There we go. And slash skip.
I'm not sure how many queued up of children. There you
That sounds better.
There we go.
go.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn, Sarah? That's bonus action, action. You still have a bit of movement if you want.
No, that's fine. Everyone's still got my stealth, so I'm fine here.
The GIF going looks at you and yells something in a language that you don't speak while pointing at you.
Do I understand what he just said?
Yes. He says, "Master, we're under attack."
Oh, okay.
Great insight
shit.
there.
The master
Hey,
got hit.
I can understand what they're saying.
Yeah. What language is it?
It's Gith.
Oh, it's Gith. Ah.
I
You're
don't
very
know
imaginative from Wizards of the
but-
Coast.
Gith. Yeah.
The GIF
I-
speak GIF.
No way. Do the orcs speak orc?
Yeah, orcish.
Orcish. Oh.
Unfortunately, it has no ranged attacks. So, guess it's just gonna fucking run out and try and meet you. We'll say that, like, Erlan is able to get out of the way enough, and it is going to just run out and try and attack the only person it can see. I'm assuming that the rest of you are all, like, hidden in grass or whatever and not just, like, stood out in the open, so it's not going to automatically see you guys.
I would guess so,
Yeah.
being that we were all hiding beforehand.
He is going to make his multi-attack against Risu. Two
Did it
attacks.
decide to run past Matt?
Yes, actually.
Did-
Matt, would you like to make an attack of
Yes,
opportunity?
I would,
Cool.
because it still won't reveal my.
You
Only
don't
get one
become
hit,
visible.
don't I?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
only get one attack.
7.
Hey!
That's something.
No, yeah, I was going to say, hey, you finally hit.
At least I hit. I'm
It's
going
a
to be
shame
honest.
you did minimum damage.
Yeah, my
Minimum
position
damage
now
isn't
is
too
at
bad
least
against
I
this
hit.
thing.
I mean, 7 damage is still good, but oof.
Yeah.
The first one to hit you is a 15, Sarah.
I'm fine.
Next one to hit you is a nat 1. It's so thrown off by the fact that it got attacked by an invisible creature. This one, seeing that like his friend just like sprouted blood when he ran over here is going to run over here and is going to attempt to perceive the invisible person.
Do I need to roll a stealth check then?
No, we'll keep your 30 odd from the last one. He has no chance of perceiving you no matter what I roll. Me rolling a 7, it doesn't matter. But that is what he would do in the situation.
Okay.
Next up is the Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer Chan is going to...
Eat my brain.
Gobble gobble.
He's smart enough to know that there is an invisible person, and he's smart enough to get a vague idea of where it is. He doesn't really care about his thrall, the gift there, so he is going to use his Mind Blast in a 60-foot cone in front of the Mind Flayer. So,
Okay.
Erlan and
No.
probably no one else.
Okay. Thanks, Logan. It's been a fun session, guys.
The GIF Yankee and it's a GIF. It's not a GIF Yankee though. And Erlan both need to make an intelligence saving throw.
That is not
DC
good for me.
15.
Oh!
Oh,
He
Just
succeeds.
Ooh.
The GIF does not succeed, as
God.
each creature in that area must succeed or take 22, 48 plus 4 psychic damage and be stunned for 1 minute.
Thankfully,
Hey, how
that
much
won't happen to you. You don't get the stun.
As this GIF is half killed by the force of this psychic shockwave that flows out towards you. You, on the other hand, meet this thing in the eyes and steel your mind against the encroaching psychic attack. Being someone who's capable of dealing psychic attacks yourself, you have some resistance to it, and you weather the storm without taking any damage or being affected by the stun. This GIF, paralyzed, useless.
Oh, so there's no point even fucking stabbing the guy to
Well,
kill him off.
I mean, he is stunned until he can remake his saving throw on the next turn if he tries.
Okay.
But right now he will lose at least 1 round.
So not a threat right now.
In Yolia's turn.
Can he steals magic?
No.
Mm,
I see this
Yankee
one
like-
here.
Yep.
Taito's close enough. I'm pretty certain.
Uh-huh.
I know I can't get towards it. I'm going to head towards this one that I don't think's been hit as it yet.
No, it's taken a tiny bit of damage. It took
Okay.
8 points from the lightning.
Right. Okay.
The entire aura. That
as I-
seems to have hurt it fairly significantly, by the way. It doesn't have a lot of health.
Okay. I tend to, as I run up, I say to Harkin, "Don't worry about anything. If you're worried about hitting me with any spells, I'm going
I was
to."
worried.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go for a a standard beat up on this thing. That's a 25 to hit.
It's easily.
Okay. And,
Hunt the brain. Roll your damage.
and 4 plus 9, so 13 damage.
13, 1 moment. Hey, it's dead. Because you just reach down, just swing your fist down into it, and the body just crumples.
I'm expecting more of a fight with that thing. And then I use more movement to get within range of the Mind Flayer. And again, I'm going to strike at it.
Okay.
Not 20.
Definitely hits.
I'm going to use a key point, and I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to use Stunning Strike.
Okay. Con save is +1. That is a 16.
I think he saved. Yes, 16 is the DC. Damn it.
Okay.
Anyway, I'd roll my damage. We're doubling the dice, aren't we?
Yes.
10 plus 19 damage on that hit. I'm also going to use a second key point
Okay.
to Flurry of Blows.
Yep.
And I'm also going to try and strike.
Are you
That's-
stunning striking again?
I was just about to say if I was hitting or not firstly with this attack, which I 100% probably did. 15 plus 14.
Yeah, he has an AC of 15.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, and yes, funnily enough, I am going to take the damage on myself.
1d6.
Try and stunning strike.
As you see like these black veins pulse in Yolia's arms as she like begins channeling more ki through her fists.
So yeah, I take 3 damage to myself.
Okay, and need another saving throw from this against a stunning strike. It fails.
Perfect. So that's 2 plus 9, 11 damage on that strike. And then the final one, knowing that it's stunned, is with advantage. So that's another 15 I've rolled. And 5 plus 9 is 14 damage on that one.
14, yeah. So Yolia like charges in and just begins unleashing this flurry of blows. It's still like recovering from seeing like its psychic blast has been resisted. All of a sudden gets sucker punched, and you just like feel the neck snap with one of the hits, and this mind flayer just crumples to the ground dead.
Ha! I was expecting more of a fight.
Oh.
That's my turn.
Oh, he's outnumbered. Cool. End of your turn, Hyarkin. You're up.
Thanks, you just killed the 2 I was about to attack.
I didn't expect to kill
Oh,
both
there's
of
a
them.
little doggy here. There's a dude here. There's a
Yeah.
dude here.
This one next to Risu, how damaged is that one? Or not at all?
He's not bloodied yet. He's above half health.
Okay, so I am going to go here, I think, if that will work, and cast a lightning bolt just so it misses Risu.
Sure, I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yeah, if I cast it there, going down that way, that's within 5 foot on each side of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you specify like it doesn't do what? It does non-lethal damage on friendly players? Or...
I would say not on a 3rd level lightning bolt spell.
Fair enough.
Ordinarily, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But this is you like shooting like fucking Palpatine lasers at this dude.
It's like, don't worry, this won't hurt.
Don't worry, this does non-lethal damage. Shoots a fucking laser through him.
Yeah, you just end up with really spiky hair, that's all. Anyway, yeah, so I'll shoot it just down the middle there, so it just misses them 2, but hits
Sure.
this creature here.
Dex saving throw from him. 17 plus 2 is 19. I'm rolling okay. Not good enough to save these guys.
Okay.
But I think that succeeds, so he'll take
I'm
half
looking at
damage.
the roll, and then, yeah, take half damage. Maybe I'll cast it at 4th level, just so it can do a bit more.
I'll allow it. Normally I would say to...
I have to say that before.
Yeah, but I'll allow you to do it as a 4th level this time.
Okay, so...
The reason I'm allowing this is because he failed this save. If it was like, oh, I succeeded, I'm going to do loads of damage, I'm going to cast it at a higher level so it does even more, then I'd be like, no, you cast it at the base level.
Right,
But
okay. So, what do I roll to do half, or do you just halve it?
I will
after?
just half it and round down. So,
Right. So
you do an extra
4.
dice for it being a higher level, so I believe it's 9d6.
Yeah. And then just halve that.
Yep.
9d6.
37.
Okay, half of 37.
Well, although he sort of like
18 and a
ducks
half.
and twists to try and like bring the blade to divert some of the lightning, while some of the lightning is diverted up the blade and away from him, the rest of it channels down, completely vaporizing his arm and torso, and he falls to the ground dead.
Yay!
Wow.
Finishing blow on my first blow.
Is that the end of your turn?
I want to move. I still have a bonus action movement, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm just going to move back this way a bit to hide in the grass.
Okay. I mean,
That's
your
what I
position
heard.
is revealed now.
Yeah.
It's an action to
Yeah.
make a stealth check, but Erlan, it's your turn.
I'm just moving back anyway. It's a bit
I'm
further
just-
out the way from.
His head's popping out the grass.
The die in
I'm
front
just
of you
going
is
to jump over and basically like kick the shit out of this guy while he's down.
sure. All
Uh,
attacks have advantage because he is incapacitated. Hits. Oh, also all attacks count, that hit count as a nat 20 because he is incapacitated.
Oh, so which ones do it? I'm guessing
So-
these
All of them.
all hit.
You've rolled 2 attacks essentially. We'll say the first one hits, and you do 4 plus 6 damage. Hang on, because I'm trying to save you attacks
Yeah,
here. If you kill
fine.
this guy early, so
Okay.
first one hits and does 4 plus 6 damage. Is 10 slashing damage to him. And the second one hits and does 10 plus 6, 16 slashing damage to him, and I believe that'll kill him.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes. No, he has 1 hit point left after the second attack. So the third attack,
There you go.
he has 48 hit point, 49 hit points.
Cool.
You did 48 total. Third one, 14 and 12. What's his armor class? Does not hit, unfortunately, with your third attack. Are you attuned to Rocky-chan?
No, I'm not. It doesn't hit.
No, lucky. No, 14 doesn't hit.
God damn it. He's
He has an AC of
incapacitated.
17.
How do I miss? He's on the floor and I've
He's
stabbed him
wearing-
twice.
He's wearing armor, so it's not like you miss so much as like the armor like stops the force of the final blow,
No, that's fine.
saving
Fuck it.
his life on 1 hit point.
Fuck it, he
Is
tried,
that the end of
maybe.
your turn?
Yeah, it's just gonna have to be, isn't it? Sad.
Intellect Devourer. There is only one remaining. It sees a cat that just killed its master. It jumps and paddles in the
Wait, that guy's
like
dead.
foot deep water
Oh.
and goes up to Yolya. It's going to use its multi attack. First of all, an attack with its claws. Second, what's its bonus? Not a lot. Cool. I dropped that. There we go. Ooh. 13 plus 4 is 17?
No.
Does that hit? Does not hit.
No. It's no one there.
Damn it. Well, its second attack is its Devour Intellect ability. Make a DC 12 Intelligence saving throw.
DC 12 was that?
Yes.
Intelligence. Ah, I rolled a 12.
Damn it. You feel some alien presence attempt to grip your mind, but you shake it off. There is no further effect.
That's fine.
Taito's turn.
Taito does the pounce.
I was gonna
on
say-
that guy.
Licks paws. Man.
Sure, it's... I'll allow it. Make your attack.
Okay. If it's straightforward, a creature towards a creature before hitting it with a claw attack, the target must succeed a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. I'm
If you
guessing
hit
he's
it.
really strong.
This tiny little dog.
Is he tiny? Oh, I thought he was muscle.
He's about the size of a dog.
Oh, okay.
He has a strength of 6.
Brain with legs.
Oh, the target must succeed on a
Oh,
DC.
you're going to kill
12.
my pet.
DC. That's if you hit. So roll to attack first.
What's your animal handling like, Nick?
Nat
20.
20. Sick. Roll damage.
This is one I don't remember. Does it remember my? It was D6 plus 2d6.
It'd be a D6 plus I think a D4 plus 2. I'd have to check Taito's character sheet.
So,
Sure.
so 1d4 plus 9. And then
I'm assuming this is a
lightning-
bite. 2d6 plus 9.
Yeah.
That 12. Gone.
And then wherever the
He
light-
lives on 1 hit point. So yeah, make his jump saving throw. That'd be a 12 minus 2. I'm assuming he's prone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ito comes down, bites into the brain, doesn't taste good. The creature crumples into the water, barely alive.
Does it drown?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't actually breathe, so.
Is it like a turtle that breathes out of its bum?
Nope, just doesn't breathe. It's a brain.
Damn.
This is a very alien creature. It is now Ott's turn then.
Oh man, I was really worried I was gonna regret not setting
I
up
had
a go
such
that
big
does.
plays.
Yeah, I know that play was terrible. If something goes within 5 feet, what's gonna go within 5 feet of you if you're stealth? Okay. Well, I may as well just. Well, I was gonna just. Yeah, I was gonna do something.
There's two creatures left alive. Both of them have 1 hit point.
Yeah. Can I
Just
just stamp
kill
on it?
them.
Can I just stamp on it?
Actually, this is a good chance for you to test that. Are you attuned to your new dagger?
No.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, I could just use my new dagger anyway. Why not? It just won't have its special abilities. What's 1 hit point? Well, actually, yeah, I'm
Well, my thing is, if you're attuned to it, you can make an attack as a bonus action. So you could use your action to kill one, and then bonus action to throw at the other
Oh no way! Oh,
and kill the other.
Another? Oh, the one that's prone.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both prone.
Yeah, they are both prone.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is incapacitated. The other one is prone. So.
well, I'm gonna do. Actually, no, that's a waste of a spell. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my boreal blade on the guy who's closest to me.
Okay, on the Dugo, the intellect devourer, you step up, like wade through the waters of the fountain, and just like stab, make an attack with advantage. It has an armor class of 12.
I think.
Yeah,
he's done.
you hit. I'm not going to tell you to roll damage because then you would also have to do sneak attack, and frankly, this thing's fucking
No, I want to
dead.
see how much. I want to see how much I was gonna
It's
deal.
dead. We got a whole session to go.
Sneak
Is that the end of your turn?
Don't you get a second attack?
No.
No, I don't get
Oh.
second attacks.
No, rogues only get 1 attack.
It's sad.
If he was using his returning gust, he could use a bonus action to throw that, but he doesn't, and he's not attuned to it. So,
Yeah.
Sarah, it's your turn again.
Just one more left.
Yeah.
Kill Matt's kill. Do it.
Do it. Go on, just do it. I want it dead. I
Stamp
don't
on it.
care. Fuck it.
Hey, just thing.
Stamp on the brain.
It's because you betrayed Rocky-chan. You deserve this. Sure, you kill him. He just like fucking explodes into fire.
No
His
screaming.
final moments are staring directly into Erland's eyes, and while he's paralyzed, he still somehow manages to move his mouth, and he just blows a raspberry at him.
He's dead.
You did it. You win.
Logan, I'm gonna light my pipe, cover him in mythical, high fantasy kerosene, and I'm gonna burn him to death.
He was already burned to death.
I'm burning his corpse.
Uh-huh.
He's already
Yeah.
burning.
He's gonna be burning even fucking worse. There's gonna be nothing left of this thing.
Mm-hmm. So, Yolia, you are stood next to the fountain, and so is Art, so you can get a look at this. These sort of large, fat, sort of purple tadpoles that had been placed into it, there's probably a dozen or so of them, all float to the top of the water, having been electrocuted by that first attack. They seem really weird looking. Like, they've got like 6 eyes, like,
Oh,
2
Simpsons
rows
movie.
of 3, and like 2 rows of 3 eyes, and like the base of it is this just like big maw which encompasses most of the body with like small razor sharp teeth.
Is Mr. Burns to blame for all these eyes?
Are they dead?
Oh, they're dead as shit. Yeah,
Do they look
they're
edible?
charred. Do they look edible? Do you want to try?
No, not raw. I mean, like, could I take it somewhere and get?
Oh, they're not raw. They got crispy.
Ooh.
It may be worth trying to identify what they were for.
Yeah. Can I?
Bag it.
Is there some kind of? Is there anything we can do to work out what they
Arcana?
are exactly, or?
Nature?
Ooh, nature maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I will allow a nature check, but it's a very high DC.
Oh,
Um,
This is
6.
quite secret. 6.
Bardic
Wow.
inspiration.
Nah, you can't do that as a reaction. You have to do it beforehand.
I got a 15.
Bardic inspiration, at least. 15. Still, these weird tadpole things that the Mind Flayer had, you don't know what they are. Nat 20, on the other hand.
Yay.
For a Mac for 27.
Let me just get the encyclopedia out.
It's weird. You probably like remember like some some tale that you were told to like scare children, I think. Like back when you were in your world by like possibly your parents or whoever raised you. And it was like, like a tale to be like, be good, or the Mind Flayers will come and eat you. They'll drop a tadpole in your brain and you'll turn into one of them.
How big are these?
Did
Are they tadpole
did they
size?
give them a name?
They're like a couple of inches long,
Okay, so not like a
but
carp.
you wouldn't really know a name for these things now.
They just
You
call
would
them
just-
tadpoles.
Yeah, like Mind Flayers are, scary, like underdark monsters that no one really knows anything about. They're super alien and weird, and they don't work by anything else's rules. They like mind control slaves and like put tadpoles in people's brains, and then those people turn into more Mind Flayers.
Like, I'm going to ask what a level 1 would ask is any loot on these bodies?
Some
Tadpole
charred
juice.
tadpoles. Yeah. In the there's like the Mind Flayer was carrying like half a dozen jars, and each one contained a tadpole, and they're like shattered and charred.
No.
No
Right.
pet fish.
Take
Other
a
than
charred
that, like
tadpole as a reward.
the like armor and weapons of like the Gif Yankee weren't very high quality and will have probably been like damaged during the fight.
I'm going to leave a jarred tadpole on the ship.
This is the closest inspection you've had of these Gif. They look kind of different to the ones that you normally interact with. The ones that you normally interact with are wearing some sort of uniform. It doesn't seem to like have any symbols of Zernas normally, but they all seem to belong to like one formal group. These guys don't have any like semblance of that uniform, and they are significantly worse equipped.
Can I take the some of the clothing of one of the Gith Yankee to use as my disguise kit? Nothing weird.
Sure. And add to your inventory Gif Yankee Thrall clothes.
They're worth
you like
a copper.
they're worth nothing. They're like rags and like battered, like partially destroyed light armor.
It's just a disguise for me. That's
Yeah.
all.
So we've trashed these things. Let's go back towards where I saw some movement at the back of by the lake and start getting ourselves up that way.
Is the fountain connected to the lake, or is it its own thing?
There seems to be there's probably like some sort of water, like pump circulating water around the fountain, but it seems to be its own separate thing.
I was going to ask, how does
It doesn't
pump
draw
water?
water from the lake.
There's no electricity.
Probably
Is it magic?
no. Yeah, it's probably magic. It's a fantasy pump.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't question
I
it.
assume it's connected to like a water, like maybe a drinking supply. Why would the Mind Flayer put
Yeah.
brain slugs in water?
Wait, so if the fountain is a recirculating feature, do the tadpoles get sucked into the mechanism like in Finding Nemo?
Well, the water appeared to be changing to like a much more gel-like substance, and I don't think the water is really flowing now that it's changed.
Good answer.
I turn it off.
Just the pump is probably like jammed up now.
Nick,
Do you want to
electrocute
try and
shit out
fix
of
the
it.
fountain?
Yeah. Do you want to
Instead
spend the
of
next
carrying
like
on.
hour or so trying to fix this random fountain while
Let's
like
carry
mind
on.
players are converging on this lake?
The tadpoles
Yeah,
are like. I'm guessing the tadpoles are just reproducing then. in there, like just turning into mind flayers?
He was putting them in the water.
Yeah, he was popping them in the water.
Yeah.
You don't really know why.
We should fucking kill those things. Nothing
Already
good
dead.
can come from that.
You already killed them all. You
Okay,
charred them all with lightning. Sarah did that in the very first round.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. I
You
didn't
stole
think
my
so.
idea.
it was your idea.
Okay. You guys, what are you doing there?
We're
I
moving
think
towards the
we
lake.
should move towards
Fixing
the
the fountain.
Okay.
We leave the
Hierarchin
Arkin
stays
up
behind to fix the fountain. This
Oh,
is his
shit.
domain after all.
I sold one of the.
Oh,
As
yeah,
soon
that
as
can
I
wait.
as soon as I notice Hierarchin is staying by the fountain, I grab him by the back of his collar and start dragging him with us.
Groundskeeper
Alright.
Hierarchin.
I like get out a spanner that I put in my pocket or something.
But one of those books I sold was actually how to fix your fountain at home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go back to
It
Gareth
was
and see
prayer
whether I can
books,
buy
the
it off him.
mortis, and also fountain maintenance.
101.
Maintenance. Right, I'll be sure to get that off Gareth next time we see him.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's carry on to the lake.
Do you
Is
want the
that
You
party
guys are heading
token,
towards the lake.
or do you want our 5 individual token, 6 individual
We'll
tokens?
use the party token. I don't really expect you guys are going to get into any more combat on this map.
But that's why we're here.
Shut up, you're dead!
What?
Oh no, we all just.
I have removed
disintegrated.
you!
Been incinerated.
We've
Welcome
been
to the party token.
incinerated.
Hey.
Adventurers. You all freeze frame again. So yeah, heading towards the lake. As you begin to get a little bit closer, you begin to see like much more obvious signs of battle. You see like these small like columns of flame sprouting up that are possibly the same source of fire that you saw in other areas, and eventually you hear like probably like this loud like hiss, and then like the sound of like a bird screech, really like an enormous bird screech, and then like an enormous splash as something crashes into the lake.
Ooh. Can we get in closer up to see what's going on? Like, get a better picture of what's happening.
You guys all want to try and make another group stealth check? You can.
Yeah, let's try.
DC 90 again.
Easy.
Oh,
Just quickly, how long does Pass Without a Trace last?
Like an hour in it.
Yeah, it's a long while.
Okay.
Without a trace, 1 hour duration.
Okay. Yep. Still up. You didn't use any concentration spells during the fight, so.
So, weird.
So are we really quiet then?
Yeah, you guys have a plus 10
Yeah,
to stealth.
63.
So
You're
I
all
got
in.
35.
Okay.
Man, my boots of Elm kind of really
33.
helping out here.
I think we've passed it,
Yeah, that looks like a big pass to me.
apart from
So the way that this group stealth check works, the way that I'm determining these DCs, is essentially I'm setting a DC as though it was one person and then multiplying it by 5. So the DC there was an average of 18 for you that you were aiming for. You guys beat that pretty handily. Like, these guys are kind of distracted by the fight at the minute. So yeah, you guys are able to approach the lake, and here you can see a much more significant force of mind flayers and their thralls, as well as several of these large clawed creatures that you found the corpse of before. You see some of the mind flayers and their thralls descend into the lake, and some of them are still at the shore, like either rallying themselves or making preparations, or mind flayers appear to be telepathically issuing commands to their thralls and discussing amongst one another. You do not see any real signs of what they were fighting, only signs of a pitched battle. There is like toppled trees smashed by enormous bludgeoning force. large scorch marks and the appearance of maybe another dozen to half a dozen dead creatures. The numbers appear to be thinning.
Well, whatever they were fighting, it's probably not a good thing for us to be waiting around to find out what they're going to do to it. So I think we should probably steel ourselves to another fight.
Out of character, if
Mhm.
they're having a fight, would they carry over the damage they had in the fight? Or would they be full health?
Out of character, I'm basically saying that the ones that got injured by the fight are dead, and the ones that are left are at full health.
Okay.
We couldn't just
Thanks.
stand outside the keep and everything kill each
I was
other.
So that
gonna
I
say-
don't have to be like, this one is missing 14 hit points, and this one is missing 7 hit points, and have
Yeah,
to decide that for each creature.
I thought I'd check. Like,
I'm
that's
more
a fine-
treating this as like the thing that these guys were fighting has thinned the numbers.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick, but I think these mind flayers are really going to bring down the value of your castle over here. I
The
think
real estate, yeah.
it's not looking good.
Well, the
Just like-
castle's still in one piece.
Well, you have had these mind flayers going about ruining the place. Putting their seed everywhere. It's disgusting.
There's
I
slug
really-
seed.
I would sell it.
One of them was just JOing into the fountain.
Is that where all the slugs came
Oh,
from?
that's why
Oh, he was putting it in jars, wasn't he?
That's why it was so slimy.
Okay, check the radiators when we get inside.
Okay, are you guys approaching
Moving on.
the shore of the lake?
I think it's probably wise that we actually try and
Okay.
stop what they're trying to do here, because it seems like whatever they've been fighting, probably going to be on the better side of things.
Yep.
I will put you on the map for the lake shore, and from there we'll make a decision. It is currently 10:30. This is not the last fight
Oh,
of this
there's a lot.
area, and it's quite a few enemies.
Let's see.
4-hour session?
Question is, do we stop it
It's
here
nearly a
because
4-hour session.
tomorrow's a work day, or
It's up to people.
I think it's probably best we end it here. If we've got a fight,
Yeah,
we take
probably.
the piss with fights.
And I've got to wake up for work after a week off.
yeah?
Oh,
it's so
didn't.
horrible having a week off. Oh,
didn't.
jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
no.
All right,
Oh, God.
none of you can stay in my castle once we take it over now. Thanks.
Nick,
Oh, it's
Nick,
alright. I literally have my own place. It's fine. Don't
Nick,
worry.
it's fine. I know that pain from also having a week off.
I'm gonna
Oh, here we go. Oh no.
I'm just going to start lowering Yolya's max HP.
Start doing.
Hey Arkin, Art's gonna annex the lower half of your island.
Oh,
Taking
God.
over, bringing in my own troops.
Nick opens his mouth. Nick
can-
knows if he opens his mouth again, he's just going to get so booed into non-existence.
That's it. I'm just going on mute for the whole next
Yeah.
session now.
Aw. Well, good game, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, everyone. We all made
Okay.
it this time.
The game-
Look.
Thanks for
at
starting to
that.
clear out my island.
Oh,
You
sorry,
gotta
some
scrub all
people
that
don't
blood.
just get a week off. Some people just don't get that luxury.
Iarkin hasn't had a day off
I'd
in
like it if you
over
got a
3 years
Sunday
now.
off.
No. Well, I do have
No.
a Sunday off, but what